Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Gaze in awe and wonder at the strange mysteries of how the culprits go about such strange, complicated actions, and how Detective Gumshoe suddenly seems inexplicably good at his job. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see that Extemporaneous was here, bright and early with a lurk and a random Transformers check. I feel bad because like Vero probably isn't gonna be here today to hear this. Did you guys hear, I don't know if you saw on Discord, Vero's grandma had her knee surgery or leg surgery, I'm trying to remember which, finally, and it went well, but Vero is staying by her side right now while she's in the hospital, so might not be here this evening, or if Vero is here, it'll probably just be briefly. Make sure that everybody sends like good vibes and thoughts Vero's way, maybe a good message or something like that. But Reflector, who is bro? Or should I say bros? There you go, Exterminates, because Reflector is three guys, Viewfinder, Spyglass, and Spectro. They're Decepticons who turn into a camera. It's really not that scary, but I guess useful. And also, would you rather always be stuck in traffic but find a perfect parking spot, or never hit traffic but always take forever to park? I mean, I guess it depends on like how long take forever to park is. I do feel like traffic is more stressful than not being able to find a parking spot. So probably stuck in traffic, although both are awful. But how you doing, Extemporaneous? And Oak with a lurk. Streaming with Nora right now, but we'll be rating actually soon with actually in all caps there. Well, I hope it's going well, Oak. Eglin says, hello, Eglin. Thank you so much. This happened off stream, so you guys didn't see. Eglin sent me two gifted games on Steam. One of them is a game some of y'all have been talking about a lot, Bug Snacks, which I guess is where you find intelligent food and vor them. So you guys have talked about, so I own that now, apparently. So thank you, Eglin. I sent a message saying thank you. I don't know if you saw, but thank you. Oh, and we have someone over on YouTube already. Oh, it's Dermo! Said, morning, Logan. I don't drive, so checkmate. Well, I mean, do you ride a bike somewhere? Or maybe walking? Because you could have foot traffic, like you're trying to walk and you're just like people everywhere. But then you don't have to park yourself. So good point. You win this round, Dermo. But good to see you. Vex says, accidentally just dumped Clorox wipe juice all over myself. Oh my gosh. I became very familiar with that type of stuff during the COVID lockdowns, because like I'm a germaphobe, my mom's a germaphobe. She always like sanitizing everything with Clorox wipes. Oh, that's gross. I'm so sorry, Vex. Other than that, are you doing well? Kim says, Streamly check-in. Guess who finally has more under 30-second clips? So surely Twitch won't be repeating the same three anymore. Have fun stream, y'all. Let's test this. Before we start, we're gonna test this out by giving a shout out to Kim. I don't think any of the mods are here yet, so I gotta do that myself. And let's see if we can get a different clip as opposed to the, what was it? It was a joke about something straight. Oh, it's different.
Okay, you know what? Screw it. Okay, okay, shine on it. Okay, it's fine. You know what? I got
What kind of mods do you have? You have waifu mods in this game? Whoa! Are there waifu mods for Lethal Company? I didn't know about that.
I don't think she was gonna think that.
Well,
oh, there's more. Wow, I've learned something today. All right, so let's go ahead and load up the game here. So you guys don't have to keep staring at this start screen for a while. I think where we left off, we are doing a cross-examination for Judy Duty Hee Duty Bound. And we're in, I think when Katie said we've entered the second to last section of the I almost said the game, the chapter. And so things are getting exciting. Oh, at least I thought that's what we were doing. Or maybe not. I don't know. I thought we did. Maybe we weren't. Or maybe, oh no, I think what it was is that we assumed we were going to because the loading button thing said like Judy's testimony. So I don't think we've reached it yet, but we're getting close to it. But by the way, how are all of you? Extemporaneous and Oak, I know the two of you are lurking, but Eglin, Vex, Kim, how are you doing? Dermo over on YouTube. Chaotic says, hello, how you doing, Chaotic? Kim says, and hydration reminder. I'm gonna open a fresh one so you're gonna hear it, even though it's not carbonated. There we go. Thank you very much, Kim. Bumbo says, hello, I was playing Wild Frost for a while. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, by the way, Bumbo, I think I saw a thing that said that during the pre-show intro screen that you tried to do one of the sound alerts. I think it was like the Tomcat or something. I think I do have those disabled on the intro because like some people were kind of abusing them just a tiny bit. So I think when a mod gets here, we may have to refund your points. I'm sorry, Bumbo. I could try to be scared. It's like, it's a cat being loud. Bumbo said, never hit traffic. I would walk. If I ever hit traffic, walking is 100% safe. Well, I don't think anything's 100% safe, but it's probably a lot safer. Traffic is where it gets dangerous. Oh, an opinion is over on YouTube saying, hello. Probably won't be able to stick around for as long as usual. Oh, no. For as long as usual tonight, but I'll be here as long as I can. Well, it's good to see you, opinion. As long as you're able to be here, I am grateful for that. Never feel like an obligation. And you never have to like, apologize for leaving early if you got other stuff going on, but it's good to see you, Opinion. And Derma says hi, Opinion says hi. Oh, and Valtube says hi. Ooh, and is this a new person? Russell Glass. Have we met you before? We got a bunch of people over on YouTube now saying hello, hi, Russell Glass. If you're new, let me give you the rundown before we get started here. I'm Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternated between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. So we are currently in Turnabout Legacy, and it's going well, so I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh, also, I should give you this real quick. Here is a link tree. I have this over on Twitch, because I'm multi-streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. This has links to all my social media. Feel free to check it out if you want, or ignore it. No pressure, but it's there if you should feel so inclined, but welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here, and I hope you don't come to regret clicking whatever link brought you here. Opinion says, oh, Wild Frost is cool. It's a card roguelite game and has very cute art style. Oh, I tried a card roguelite once. I'm assuming kind of different. I tried Inscription once, a long time ago. It was pretty fun. And then Russell Glass says, no. Okay, so may I call you Russell for short? He says, thanks. I'm not going to stay long. I got to go to bed. But thanks for the credo. Well, thank you. Just like with Opinion, as long as you can be here, I'm grateful for. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the time you are here. Okay, I'll read some more Twitch chat in just a minute, but let's actually play a little bit of the game to trick any lurkers that might be watching into thinking that I actually do play games, even though I really just like to yap with chat. A turnabout in thinking. So, my father used this method as well. All right, let's run through the old Thinkatron. How was Jude's involved in what happened back then? Huh? Well, I don't think she was the murderer. I think Gusto was the murderer back then, and I think she now in the present tried to murder Gusto out of revenge. According to Ms. Bound, it was because of her that Mr. Frost's flavored ice sculptures melted. I still think she might have been lying about that, because she was like, oh, I tripped on the cord, which is just like a little too convenient. I feel like a game like Ace Attorney would really play up someone who's being super clumsy to set up something like that to make it believable, but instead it just sounded like a lie. And yet, his sculptures are here on display at this very gallery today. Oh. So do you think maybe they didn't ever melt? I mean, she said she took all the pictures and used those to recreate them. But maybe she stole them. Because she has the cart with the blanket that could like hide things underneath it. Maybe she stole the sculptures. It's amazing that they lasted 18 years. She'd have to keep them in a freezer. You'd think they get all like freezer burned. And so maybe that's what it was. And then she unplugged it to say, oh, they melted. But why would she do that? Is it possible that she... Or maybe, because here in the present, I'm pretty sure that she replaced one of the two twins of Gemini with Artie Frost's body. So maybe she accidentally broke one. I should also ask our new friend, Russell Glass, if he played these games before. So hope I'm not like spewing spoilers. I assume that maybe you have, but that's why you're here. Thank you, Fender. I think I know what I need to ask Miss Bound now. Don't thank me. Thank your pops. I mean, not that it'll matter. He is dead. He is very dead. Just saying. Now, take it away, Milesy. I'll grab the popcorn. Ms. Bound, you say that you were the one who caused Mr. Frost's creations to melt 18 years ago, correct? I'm afraid so. I was young and foolish, and it was a terrible accident. And yet, what you did allowed you to open this exhibit, no? What do you mean? Yes, what do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? If you're going to ask such questions, perhaps a formal testimony from Ms. Bound might be best. Yes, perhaps it might. I'd like to know a little more about Zodiac Hall and about why Ms. Bound decided to dedicate this space to Mr. Frost's works. Very well. If you believe it to be relevant to the case, I will allow it. Ms. Bound, would you mind? Not at all. I will do whatever it takes to prove I'm innocent. Then please, if you could give us some background information on Zodiac Hall and the pieces on display here. So we are getting to a testimony. Yay, Zodiac Hall. Let me read some more in the chat, because I'm already neglecting all y'all's. Eglin says, smiley face. Oh, I don't think I saw the message. I gifted the games during Jackbox night with friends, so I was zoned in. Oh, I miss playing Jackbox. It's fun. But thank you again, Eglin. It was super generous of you, and I really appreciate it. I think I actually didn't see them until long after, so maybe you were like asleep at the time or something, but thank you. Queen Katie says, howdy, lurking while I grind some reverse 1999. If Logan needs a potato, literally just yell for me. Well, thank you, Queen Katie. I don't need one yet. In fact, I think I may have figured out something, but I could also be wrong. But thank you for the lurk, Queen Katie. Enjoy some reverse 1999. Vex says, gonna make pumpkin chocolate chip muffins and lurk. That actually sounds really good. Went off on one of my ADHD meds because surprisingly it was actually hurting more than helping. So I'm actually being productive for once. Okay, I don't have experience with ADHD meds, so I don't know if that's good or bad, but pumpkin chocolate chip muffins sounds really good. Kim says Lethal Company has tons of mods. We played with Star Rail skins and some extra loot and mobs. Okay, I didn't know that, but that's awesome. Bumbo with a hydrate command. Thank you very much, Bumbo. I'll do that right now. Bowman says, fair. Might have happened already. I randomly gained 1,000 exactly after I tried. Okay, so maybe that's what it was. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, oh yeah, and happy Homestuck Day to all who celebrate. Okay, I know a couple people in our community post Homestuck stuff. I think Neon Fish does a lot, but it's been a while since we've seen Neon. So I guess it's Homestuck Day. So I still never actually read Homestuck. I tried starting it once, but the sheer length of the whole thing, it was just a bit intimidating. Russell says, I haven't, but I have watched playthroughs. Okay, so we don't have to worry about spoilers then. Valtube said, cross-examination time. Russell said, I've got to go now. Hope you have a great stream. Well, thank you so much, Russell. I appreciate you popping in. It was really nice meeting you. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Have a good time with whatever else you got going on in the evening. Or maybe daytime. I don't know where you are. The rest of your subsequent period of time. Eglin says, I went on my hike with friends yesterday. Oh yeah, you were telling us about that. How'd it go? I got a rock thrown at me and got shoved into an ice-cold lake. I had fun though. Okay, so it's like fun assault and nearly drowning. And I went to an animal shelter today and pet some kitties. All that is fantastic. I'm glad they had fun. Eglin, oh wow, I must be like doing way too good because I can see I'm only like 3 comments away to catching up on chat already. I should do some cross-examination-ifying. It took 18 years, but at long last I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. Okay, so we learned that last time that she quit. Well, no, she lost her TV show or something like that because Samson was in prison, and she had to like save up enough money through showbiz to be able to buy this place, and that was just recent. So I wonder if maybe she hid the ice sculptures somewhere somehow, and they had been here, and that's why she had to do that here. So it wasn't just getting the mansion back, but it was getting the ice sculptures back too? But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. With the Firo!
Cute chat. Everyone is getting their points refunded more than on other news. I transformed my first Transformer toy yesterday, and oh my god, I might as well ask for an engineering degree now. I struggled with his backpack, and I have a video of me giving up only for it to work later, and now has...
Oh, and now he's posed on my desk with his arms behind his head in shock, like that one meme. Anyway, cheesing, y'all. Thank you so much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I can, oh, whoa, that's loud. Vero, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you. Oh, Crystal for the light mode there. Vero, can I see that video? I want to see that video, but Vero, I should mention that, okay, the transformer that Vero bought is what's called a masterpiece transformer. Those are very complicated transformers. I probably should have recommended to you that you start with something a little bit easier. I didn't even really think about the entry point for that. But yeah, those are very complicated. So now, any subsequent ones they're gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeeze, as they say. But so as you said, anyway, stay cheesing, y'all. So I'm assuming that means you got to take off to go back with your grandmother, Vero. Thank you so much for being here. I hope we can maybe see a little bit more of you. You're awesome. I would say tell your grandma that we're wishing her well, but I'm sure she doesn't know who any of us are. But we're sending positive thoughts and vibes her way. I hope her recovery from surgery goes well. Thank you again for the 10 bits, Vero. To that end, I collected as many polyhelic pieces as... Oh, wait, hang on. Vera, look. Look who's... Oh, we're going to put it right there. There. Can you see him? Can you see Grimlock back there? Is the new... I got a Grimlock chat. This past week, Target put all the Transformers on clearance to try and get rid of the old stock before putting the new stuff off. Before the new stuff out, I should say. And the Transformers by my work, when I left work, I swung by there. And they, perhaps on accident, put out like a couple of cases of the new stuff. Put on clearance for the old stuff. And so this guy, I didn't think I was going to be able to afford him. I even said to Vera, looks cool. I don't think I get it. But he was super cheap. So I got him. So I got a new Grimlock action figure. And he's great. He's just chilling back there. Anyway, I should play some game. I'm sure that most of you, especially the lurkers at least, don't care about Transformers.
Oh, and Granny is chilling. Her sleep schedule is ruined, so we're both awake now, lol. Also, hi, Grimlock. What's wrong with you? Why are you blue?
He's just holding his breath. He's just holding his breath, and he's really good at it. Really good at it. But he's just turned bright blue, and, we tried to say, Grimlock, stop, but Grimlock seems really determined to just continue to show off. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, and I'm glad she's doing well. I'm sorry her sleep schedule is awful, but it's so good that you're there with her. So thank you again for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. All right, let's play some game, and then I will read some chat, including some YouTube chat, because I can see that we already got some more comments over there. To that end, I collected as many polyhelic pieces as I could from around the world, because if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. Oh, that's it. Thank you for your testimony, Miss Bound. How wonderful it is that you were able to fulfill your dream. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, everything seems entirely above board to me. I didn't notice any, immediate contradictions there. Maybe after we press, we'll get a new statement. Judge Gavel, that was simply the witness's preliminary statement. As you surely know, the value of that testimony cannot be evaluated without due cross-examination. Ha ha ha, spoken like a true attorney. Very well. You may do what you must. Rebuttal Zodiacal! Okay, you guys know the drill. Unless you're new here and lurking. Whenever it's time to cross-examination, we gotta save, because we're shameless save scummers. We save, we press every statement, and then we present evidence, once we are sure that we have heard everything that we can hear. It took 18 years, but at long last, I was finally able to buy Samson's home back a little while ago. Hold it! 18 years? You must have gone through a lot to buy it back, Miss Bound. This home... Oh, is she singing again? This home, this place, such memories are bound. I couldn't stand to lose what I had found. Dance, dance, cha-cha-cha, dance, dance, cha-cha-cha. Samson, I did what I had to do to see that home was waiting here for you. I wish it would give me a tune. I don't know how to sing those. How did she make it look so easy? I don't know, because I'm not. She is, but I'm not making it look easy, Kay. I'll say, but I wouldn't expect any less from a trained triple threat performer. What is that? I always think the triple threat is acting, singing, and dancing. Hers is singing, cooking, and I don't know what the last thing is. Is being a hot anime girl, I guess. If you could continue with your testimony, Miss Bound, minus the singing, if you please. The singing is delightful, but I don't like reading it. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, though. Chaotic said, I've been having a very bleh day, so the stream should help. I'm sorry your day was bleh, but I do hope it helps. If nothing else, maybe we can distract you from the bleh, the blase. Bubba says, a podcaster at heart, you are. I did used to be like a co-host / sidekick on a buddy of mine's podcast some years ago, all about Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's sadly not available on the internet anymore now. Over on YouTube, oh, Tiff is here! Says, quote, a young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, is this young man's birthday. Oh, is that how like Homestuck begins or something? It was years ago when I tried starting it out. And the quote continues, says, though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. Oh, I'm trying to remember. No, you don't name him in the Homestuck, do you? I thought his name was like, crap. I'm spacing. It's like Sniper, something like that. Valtube says, what? Tiff said, it's the starting of Homestuck since it's 4:13. Valtube says, ooh. Derma says, I just realized they remastered the music. It sounds really good. The orchestra sounds, guitars, and drums sound so crisp. Oh, they do. So crisp you can practically crunch them if you put them in your mouth. I don't recommend that. Valtube says, I love your take on Judy's song. Oh, thank you. Oh, Toby is over on YouTube. Have we seen you on YouTube before? Because you're usually over here on Twitch. Says, hi, Logan. It's time for my random monthly appearance in chat. It's 4 a.m., so I might be asleep by the time you read this. No, because we put that on YouTube. That's less busy, so I get there quicker. But how you doing, Toby? Valtube says, hi, Toby. Tiff says, his name is John Egbert. And who's the person? There's like someone whose name is like Snyder or Sniper or Scyther or something like that, right? Must be a different character. I want to say he's like a blonde guy with sunglasses. Maybe he has like a scarf or something. I want to say red shirt. Oh, here we go. A pin message over here on Twitch. Oh, pinned by Vero. So is Vero still like kind of lurking in the background? Bubba says, Homestuck was interactive when it started. The community named them. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I was never in the community at all. I mean, I heard about it sometimes. I used to go on like message boards a lot more, and people were always talking about Homestuck. When, you know, way back in those days, you go to conventions, you'd always see people dressed up as the weird, like, are they supposed to be trolls? They got like horns and like zodiac symbols on their clothes and things like that. I should read a couple of comments on Twitch as well. Let's see. Magpie says, hello, Magpie flying in. How we doing? I'm doing all right. How you doing, Magpie? So good to see you. Bummer says, no, he can't. Can't what? Can't catch up to chat. Crystal said, thank you, Vero. And then Crystal says, lurk, I will mine and I will craft. Time to Minecraft. Chicken jockey. Crystal. Like all of your Minecraft stuff, everything looks so pretty. It's like it's always springtime in Japan. It looks like there are cherry blossom trees there or something like that, Crystal. But I hope you have fun. And thank you so much for the lurk. And there is the pin message by Vero. Oh, crap. There's a bot in the chat. Hang on. YouTube peeps, this will take a second. I gotta ban a bot that is over in the Twitch chat that is trying to sell. Oh, Vero already did it. See, Vero, even when you're like tending to your grandma, you are the MVP mod, the mod of all things. So thank you very much, Vero. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have a sip of water. We're gonna get back in the game, and then I'll read some more chat both on Twitch and on YouTube in just a little bit. But a place like this is expensive to maintain, so I decided to turn it into an art gallery. Hold it! You manage the gallery by yourself, Miss Bound? Yes, well, we only opened today, so I haven't done much actual managing yet, but... Okay, so did we know that today was the opening day of this? I knew it was the opening day of this exhibit, but I didn't know the whole gallery opened today for the first time. I have to keep the mansion going. Can't have it falling down around my ears. Samson could come home any day after all. So, she really got the house back for him. I'm so sorry, Judy. I wish I could have done more. Oh, you've done plenty, Mr. Fender. If anyone should have done more, it's me. Have I asked chat if people ship Fender and Judy together? I think they'd be a cute couple. I think we talked about that before. Even if the only thing I can do right now is to keep this place safe for Samson. To that end, I collected as many Paul Hillick pieces as I could from around the world. Paul Hillick! That was Mr. Frost's pseudonym, correct? Yes, he adopted it while he was working as a sculptor in France. I see. I'm curious about some of the pieces in your collection, more specifically... how you were able to acquire the Taurus and Gemini sculptures. I mean, this is a legitimate question. We've been going on the assumption that she was able to recreate them because of all the photos she took. But here's the thing, even if you take like pictures of a famous sculpture, like say you take pictures of Michelangelo's David, I mean, it's not like you can recreate that. For one thing, hopefully you'd avoid sculpting the junk out of ice. You know, because it's like flavored ice, so people are going to be like licking and suckling these statues. You don't want people to do that to David's parts. It was my understanding that Mr. Frost died before he could complete them. Yes, I was able to create replicas for the Winter Ring based on photographs of the sculptures he made. Really? Perhaps you could go into some more detail on that. Oh, here's where we get an extra statement. This is what's going to be. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, though. Vex says, momentarily butting in mid-baking to mention that it is also Neil Banging Out Tunes Day. And Magpie says, happy Neil Banging Out Tunes Day. What is that? I don't know what Neil Banging Out Tunes, is that another Homestuck thing? I'm not cool enough to know this stuff. And Vero says, baking. Yum yum. Oh, it's not just yum yum bacon Vero. It's chocolate chip pumpkin muffins. Those sound fantastic. Let's see. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, commentators, when Homestuck was being released live, did in fact name some of the characters. Interesting. Dermo says, I mean, Symbol looked kind of like Crisps. I mean, you know what? Compelling argument. Although I think if you take a couple of Pringles and smash them together, you don't get quite the nice sound. Tiff says, Dave Strider, that's the name. That's the name I've heard. That is a Homestuck name, right? I'm pretty sure. Said, I think that's how you spell it. Yes, I've heard that name. I assumed, I guess, that he was the main character, but I guess not. Opinion says, although the post-canon comic is probably going to do the popular headcanon and give her translation to June Egbert, which many people are excited for, me included. Opinion says, I haven't even read all of Homestuck. I just love the world building plus game mechanics and is one of my best friend's special interests. Tiff says, I did not know that. Oh, that's so cool, to be honest. Love the name June, to be honest. I've read it completely twice, but that was years ago. Valtube said, yes, people ship Eddie and Judy. Okay, good. I mean, I feel like she's going to go to prison, though, for attempted murder of Gusto. But, maybe later in the game, Fender's going to do an oopsie-daisy-do murder. And then they can be, like, prison. No, because, like, he'd be in a men's prison, she'd be in a women's prison. Well, maybe they'll be, like, next door and, like, their windows will face each other. Like, sometimes animes where you have neighbors and, like, the guy and the girl, their bedrooms will have windows and they'll be able to, like, throw paper airplane notes to each other. That'd be adorable, right? And Opinion says, oh yeah, Neil banging on the Tunes Day. Oh, what? Oh, it's a Normie shout out. Another one of these Catwoman Fortnite clips. How you doing, Normie? I'm getting distracted by reading the chat right now. So I'm sorry. I guess that would help me get caught up to you. So let me read a couple more comments in the chat, then we will get back to the game. I promise. I promise, chat. I promise, lurkers. We'll read the game. Bumba says, I'm so glad for Neil, and Neil who started his channel the same day. Magpie says, I'm doing good, Logan. I've done all my chores, but I still have not been as productive as I wanted to be this weekend. Man, I know that feeling so much. Like, this week I had one really productive day. Wednesday, I had the day off from work, and I got so much stuff done Wednesday. I was so, like, proud of myself. I went to sleep so, like, do you ever feel, like, just satisfied and confident? It's like, yes, I did it. And then, like, the next 2 days, I did not do nearly as much. And it was kind of sad. Bumba said, for him, happy 200 people tag him in a photo of a rat day. What are these days? Are these all Homestuck references? I don't know. Vera said, honestly, I don't know if it'll be this chill every stream, so I'm just lurking while I can. Well, thank you for the lurk, Vero. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. You're awesome, Vera. As much as you're able to be here, we will consider a gift and a blessing. But if you do need to, like, help your grandma out with stuff, or, I mean, I would say, like, try and show her the stream, but I don't think she'd necessarily get what's going on here. But thank you, Vero. You're awesome. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the game now. Because if I'm honest, it's always been something of a dream of mine to open a space dedicated to his work. Okay, isn't that the same thing we got before? So maybe it's the next comment that's going to be the added statement. Or maybe it's the previous one? No, because that was what we pressed before. So let's press this one, and then I guess press the new one, and then we'll figure out what we're going to add, or what we're going to present evidence to. Hold it! Tell me more about this dream of yours, Ms. Bound. Well, in the dream, I've arrived at school and I'm in my underwear, and I have not attended classes all semester, and my teeth, they're falling out, and I can fly, but it's very difficult, and sometimes I am myself, and sometimes I am someone else watching myself, usually Batman. I do not understand the meaning of the dream. Well, what I really wanted was to open a gallery with Samson, of course. Oh, she's gonna sing again? She's dancing, I mean singing, right? A gallery of dance, a gallery of song, a gallery of gaiety and candy all day long. Oh, when she says gaiety, she does mean homosexuality. It's gonna be a gallery of candy, singing, and gay banging. Just like all over the place. That was the idea anyway. I don't think I'd want to eat candy from a place like that. And it's not because of like the fact that the sex is gay. It's like any place where like intercourse is happening. I don't think I would want to eat candy from that place. And here I thought art was to be appreciated in silence, not accompanied by musical numbers. I don't know, I think the idea of like checking out art with like cool music, that could enhance the experience. Alas, Mr. Tangaroa transgressed against the edicts of the goddess of justice, and as such, that part of your dream may go permanently unfulfilled. Oh, Samson he is innocent! Unless I wonder if maybe she was the accessory to murder in the past. And she's racked with guilt. Because I am pretty sure that Gusto was the murderer. But maybe she was actually involved somehow. But why? If she loved Paul Halik, unless it was like, oh, I bought all these Paul Halik things, I'm gonna make them more valuable by killing the artist that made them. That awful prosecutor refused to listen, but it's true, he'd never hurt anybody. Mr. Tangaroa gave a false confession in order to protect Miss Bound. The two of them really did what they could to protect one another, didn't they? Okay, so here's gonna be the new statement, right? Or maybe this is an old statement. I was able to create the replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Okay, we'll press that in a second, but let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Vera says, it's okay, she can fix his gimme a hug attitude with every girl. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not like a super huggy person, but if I was, and if I met a girl who would give me like hugs of pure romantic love, and she's just like, yeah, just don't go hugging other ladies, I'd be like, okay. Cause like you only need the love of like one special girl. You don't need the love of all the girls. And Vera said, and he can fix her if she killed someone. She only attempted. I'm pretty sure Gusto's still alive. It was attempted murder. You know, it's not as bad. I mean, it does mean that she's not as skilled at her hobbies, but it's not as bad. And there's Normie saying, hellos, hope everything is well. How you doing, Normie? Thank you for popping. It's been nice like seeing you so much recently. I hope you're doing well. Chaotic says, hey Logan, can I suggest a game to stream in a different stream? I don't know if you played it in the past though. I'm always open to suggestions. You can either mention them here or you can post in the game suggestions channel on Discord. I never guarantee that I will play any of them, that the suggested games, gifted games, or anything like that. Because then like I would just very quickly lose control of the stream, but I'm always would love to hear suggestions. Let's see, over on YouTube, Opinion says, look it up. It's a cute picture of a rat. Okay, I gotta look this up apparently. Neil banging out the tunes. Oh, it is! It's like a little rap with a keyboard thing. I was unfamiliar with this. Okay, that's adorable. Thank you very much for suggesting I do that, Opinion. Dermo says, need to head to bed, but enjoy the game. See ya. Good night, Dermo. Thank you so much for being here. Or good morning. I can't remember what time it is where you're at, but have a good sleep. Dermo, thank you for being here. Opinion says, also, I think you're gonna have to get behind in chat to play the game at all today. I love those kind of streams. I know I've said this a million times before. Like, I do this because I love hanging out with people. The game it's like a vehicle to hang out with people. So you're probably right. Opinion says, good night. Oh, a new person. Miguel Ramirez. Am I saying that right? Miguel Ramirez? Hope I'm saying that right, saying relatable. How you doing, Miguel? Wow, we've had a couple of new people over on YouTube. First, Russell, now Miguel. Miguel, if you're new here, let me give you the quick rundown on the channel. First, our schedule. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternated between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio, which is, if you're not familiar with it, it's a JRPG from the makers of Persona. I did post a link tree earlier in the chat. Let me know if you're able to scroll up to see it. If not, I can post it again. That'll have all the social media stuff, but good to have you here. I hope you don't regret popping in here. I always get nervous meeting new people. I'm like, what if this person thinks I'm cool at first, but then they discover the truth? Then I'm just an imposter. But how you doing, Miguel? Valtube said this case needs a musical adaptation. Oh, this case was built for that! Because they have those stage shows, right? And Miguel says, oh my gosh, hi, Gaval. Opinion says, music is an art, Edgeworth. Miguel says, seems fair. Says, I love your shorts. They're really funny. Oh, thank you. Mind if I ask, like, which games you've seen shorts from? So thank you. Warning, the actual streams are very different from the shorts because I get distracted. I spend a ton of time just chatting and yapping with people. The shorts are like the short little, hence the name, the shorts. Funny little joke moments. There'll be some of those, but there's also going to be a lot of just hanging with people. Let me read a couple more comments on Twitch as well. Magpie says, there's just an image that goes around Tumblr of a rat and a toy piano captioned, Neil banging out the tunes, April 13th, 2006. And it goes around Tumblr every year, so I guess it's something of a Tumblr holiday. Okay, so maybe that's why I haven't heard of it, because I've never even had a Tumblr. Normie says, I'm okay. Played with Docs today. Was exciting. Oh, yeah, I popped into Z-Diggity's stream earlier. I saw Docs while Valheim was going on. Magpie says, musical Neil Cicerega? I don't know how to say that. Also known as Lemon Demon. Oh, isn't that who does the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny? Or am I thinking of something else? Has also joked, happy 100. People tag me on a picture of a rat day. Okay, Normie says, thank you for the shout out. Vero salutes. Magpie says, I sent the picture to the general chat on Discord, lol. Thank you so much, Magpie. Normie says, 5 a.m., so going to sleep. Have a good stream, Logan. Smile, Lurk. Thank you so much to Lurk, Normie. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have a sip of water, then I will play some game. I promise I'm gonna play some game.
Man, I think your deceit is too good because I've been here for 3 years, 7 months and 16 days and I still can't seem to break the illusion that you're not cool.
Wait, the illusion that I'm not cool? That's not an illusion, that is the reality that I'm not cool. But thank you so much, Vero. 3 years, 7 months, holy cow. It's weird to think about that, but it has been that long, huh? But thank you so much. Vero, I am so glad that you stuck around. I mean, because we've had people come and go, and anytime people we used to know come back, I'm always delighted to see them. But Vero, you're awesome. Like, I can speak on behalf of everybody in the chat. Like, we love you, Vero. You're amazing, and thank you so much for the 10 bits. And I'm glad that you seem to have been tricked into thinking that I'm cool. Anyway, I'll read some more of the chat, both on Twitch and YouTube in a little bit. Let's play a little bit of the game. I was able to create replicas for the Winter Wing based on photos of the sculptures he made. Hold it! These photos you mentioned, you mean the ones you yourself took in Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago? Yes, you certainly know a lot about what happened back then, Mr. Edgeworth. So those statues in the Winter Wing were just copies? And I didn't even get to see them before they melted. No, the sculptures in question were definitely not replicas, which means that Ms. Bound is lying. I know, it's such an awful shame, and after we went to the trouble to recreate them too. These sculptures in the Winter Wing weren't replicas. They're the very ones from 18 years ago. I need to show her I'm aware of that, or I'll never get to the truth. Okay, so we have to provide evidence to show that they're the... Oh, maybe! You remember how in the past, Samson Tangaroa went around and sampled everything. He tasted some of it, he plucked the strings off of the harp from the Gemini. So do we have this photo of matching those by the victim 8? Okay, so let's see if the strings are gone. Because if they're replicas, they would have replicated the strings. I think I might have it. Oh, the strings are gone! I think I figured it out. Okay, so that's the evidence we're gonna present to show that these are the same ones from those years ago, except again, I do believe that the body of the twin on the left draped in the blanket was replaced with Artie Frost's frozen body. And so that part melted or broke or something. But I think we've got it. I think that's gonna do it, right? I hope so. I mean, Edgeworth kind of had to leave me there, but I think we got it. So it took 18 years, but long last, finally able to buy the home back. Place like this is expensive. I collect as many polyleak pieces as I can find around the world. Honestly, always been something, a dream of mine. Okay, there we go. Recreate the replicas I'm gonna say before we do this because I might be wrong. I feel really clever right now. I feel super clever. I kind of wish Queen Katie wasn't lurking right now because I feel like she'd be proud of me. But I think we got it. Okay, let's present the Winter Wing photo. Crap, the music's still playing. I was not smart. I was dumb. I was dumb. I was so dumb. For those who have come here from watching the shorts, the shorts sometimes give the mistaken impression that I'm able to guess things really well. That is not the case. I just only post clips of things when I guess things correctly. I guess a lot of things wrong. Take a look at this piece of evidence. Or you could take a look at my latest dance routine instead. I am quite proud of it. I mean, it's a nice dance. The backless dress really is fetching on her. Your dance routines have nothing to do with this case, Miss Bound. See, he doesn't appreciate it because it's not that man's back. But neither does that piece of evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No! Shall I continue? Okay, we're gonna scum our save. I know. I shouldn't do this, but I'm shameless. So it's gotta be something else then, but it has to be that piece of evidence because Edgeworth was saying that they are not replicas. They are the original piece of evidence, and we have to show evidence of that. So it's gotta be to this thing. So we have the prosecutor's badge, irrelevant. IS-7 case incident documents received from Fender, including comments in red. Tangaroa's room, 18 years ago. Rock Salt Land, Manfred von Karma, Gregory Edgeworth. Statute of limitations expired 3 years ago on December 24th. Organizer of confectionery contest. Victim's body was found inside one of his creations, leading to his arrest. While in detention, Tangaroa discovered he had a taste disorder. Cured via medication. Convicted as accomplice on his confession. No detailed autopsy report to the body going missing. We still haven't gotten the new one, I think. I think it's going to turn out that he was actually poisoned rather than bludgeoned. I wonder if the fact that the statute of limitations expired is why she set things up. Maybe she was trying to trick Gusto into doing another crime? Gallery pamphlet. This just shows the layout, spring, summer, winter, autumn in the weird order. That's part of her plan. All the different things, 27 degrees. So yeah, it should have been, whoa, what? Nora, raid with a party of 4. Vero or Crystal, are either of you still here to do a quick shout out for Nora? Otherwise, I will do a shout out myself, then I'll read some more comments in the chat. We are doing a cross-examination, and I feel like we're doing pretty good about it. So yeah, looks like the shout out is happening. Let's check out a clip from Nora's stream. How the rest of Phoenix Rico, you're doing Turnabout Goodbyes, right?
I love homophobia.
Why, Nora? Why? Why do you love that so much? That is a bad thing. You should not love that. You'd think the way that you're always infatuated with lesbians that you would be more open-minded, Nora. But thank you so much for the clip. Okay, let me read a couple of comments in the chat and get a little bit caught up. Vera says, oh yeah, my granny is like 80 and doesn't know English. Laughing out, let her know. Friends say hi though, please do. I'm sure she's a super sweet lady, and I hope her recovery goes well. Normie says, oh, you should totally join our Valheim server, Logan. I've been tempted. The only thing that's been stopping me is that, like, when we played that back during COVID lockdowns, I got so sucked into that game. And I don't know if I have the time to do that. I'd probably start neglecting other things, but I still might. I might. Hidden Hand says I'm here now. How you doing, Hidden Hand? Caddick said the game is near Automata. Okay, somebody else has recommended that before, and I actually did get that one time on a Steam sale when it was super cheap. I've never played it, but I've heard it's really good. Chaotic. So that sounds like a good recommendation to me. Vera says, ad quote, oh, when she says gaiety, she does not mean homosexuality. It's going to be a gallery of candy, singing, and claps to emphasize gay banging. Just all over the place. I'm sorry, Vero. Hidden Hand said, why did I just realize from the surprise stream like 20 days ago, light mode redeem is still there, but it's not available. It's on cooldown. Somebody used it. It's loud. Let's see. And Magpie says, yes, Lemon Demon did Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. They also did like an anniversary, like redo of that song, right? He also did I've Got Some Falling to Do, Bad Idea, Market Land, and about a dozen other popular meme songs from that era. See, I don't think I know any of the other meme songs from that era. I just know the one, but it's a great song. I love Ultimate Showdown. So I should probably check out. So in fact, here, I'm gonna copy this message down that you listed all the songs into my text file, and I'll try to remember to check out some of those songs later. So thank you, Magpie. Let's also check out some of the chat over on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll up. Miguel says, mostly Ace Attorney. Said, also, are you a voice actor? I'm mostly like a regular actor. I do some voice acting, but I do primarily improv, and I do TV commercials, occasional small roles in like independent movies and things like that. But yeah, I'm an actor and have done voice work, and so I consider that within my wheelhouse. See, ValTube said, if I remember correctly, he's a stage actor. Stage included, that's where I do improv. I used to do a lot of stage plays, but I've kind of transitioned away from that, mainly because, I'm gonna be honest, like, TV commercials and stuff like that pays so much better than the stage. And also, it's like so much more fun because you're doing like a commercial or a scene in a movie or something like that. You show up that day, and that day you're doing that scene, and it's something different and fresh and fun. Whereas when you do a stage production for like a month and a half or 2 months, or even longer, it could be 3 months if you take into account the rehearsal period, you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I like freshness. I like spontaneity. Valtube said, Logan, you are cool. You like it or not? I will accept the compliment, but begrudgingly. Thank you, Valtube. Miguel said, you've been doing this for a long time. Dang, you should get more views because you have more personality than 80% of Slop at the moment. Well, thank you, Miguel. I strive to be better than Slop. My TikTok actually got hacked for about a month and a half, and all my videos got taken down and replaced by AI Slop by the hackers. And so I like to think my stuff is better than Slop, so thank you. I've been streaming for about 4 years now. It took several months before I started to get an audience. I've only on YouTube there started really posting like shorts and doing these multi-streams for the past like, I want to say like 6 months. I had been like uploading stuff there, but not really promoting it. And so, yeah, I've kind of recently tried to actually, grow the channel. For the longest time, I was just like doing it and like, yeah, people come, that's awesome. But I'm trying to do better. So thank you, Miguel. That's very kind of you. And then Vera's over there saying, Sid, are you here? Uppity says, right idea, wrong evidence, maybe. Maybe. So let's check this again. Oh, I bet it's gonna be the drawing. Because we saw the statue. Sketched by Larry depicting Pisces. Oh, it's the Pisces statue though. That's the one of the fish. So they don't, it's the harp. Oh, but the harp doesn't have strings either. Wait, but it is the Pisces statue because they have the mermaid fins. Unless, I was gonna say maybe they partially melted when they were the Gemini statues, but like, how can you like attach more ice? I guess you could freeze more stuff onto it. So maybe this will be, so okay, well, you know what it probably is, because this is statues matching those made by the victim 18 years ago. No, this is the picture today. It should show the lack of strings. But let's try this. Let's try this one in just a moment. But let me read a couple more comments though. Veer says, tag and Tiff. Miguel said the music is still playing, laughing. I know, I realized I made it dumb. Veer said, how do you even tag people here? I haven't figured it out yet. Vero says, opinion happens more often than you think. Again, some people in the comments on like the shorts and on TikTok are like, wow, you're so good at guessing stuff. Like, no, I'm wrong 90% of the time. I only post the times that I'm right, and it makes me look smart. Let's see, Miguel says, I remember being kind of down bad for her when I was playing on this, on the DS. Savored every pixel. I will admit, Gavel is an attractive woman. She's not exactly my type. Okay, so here's, Miguel, I gotta let you in on something. Here's why I've been so excited to play this game. Because we played, these are all blind playthroughs of the Ace Attorney games. I've been working my way through. I did the original trilogy. We did the first investigations. We did the Apollo Justice trilogy, and now we're doing this one. And in the first game, I really like Penny Nichols, the intern at the Steel Samurai show. And chat has promised me that she makes a cameo in this game. And I just want to see Penny Nichols again. I just want to see her adorable face, her adorable freckled glasses, be-freckled, be-spectacled visage once more. Veer said, she is so pretty, I don't blame you. If there's one thing AA did right, it's their character design. Oh, yeah. Well, some of the characters are a bit weird, but most of them. Yes, Miguel says, and their character names, except for Spirit of Justice. Some of those where they're just like English words spelled differently are a bit crazy. Okay, I will read some more in both Twitch and YouTube. Wow, both are just really popping today. And again, Nora, I haven't even got up to where the raid was, but I hope the stream went well. How are you? Did you finish Turnabout Goodbyes? How far are you into it? Okay, let's play some more. So it's probably gonna be this then. So again, I think it's gonna be the lack of strings in the harp. But let's check everything else. Poison gas ingredients, ultimate cookbook, finger frame marks, salt lamp, the family photo, the lift cart. I mean, I guess we could try and use this to show that the statues were transported around, but that doesn't directly like have anything to do with the sculptures. This might have something to do with it because here we saw her moving an entire freaking cart just for a pile of candy. So that's probably where the sculptures were at the time. The chocolates and the Gemini case analysis results. And that's where it was. Sugar composition matches that a sugar found in the pale blue liquid in Artie Frost's room 18 years ago. Sugar detected. Oh, so maybe that's what it is. Oh, so maybe it's gonna show. Okay, so it's either the lack of strings in one of those pictures or it's showing that it matches the sugar found 18 years ago. Because we'll say, because I think she said when she was handing out the chocolates that she's really not that great at confectionery stuff, right? She's a performer, she's a singer, she's a dancer, but not really great at the cooking. So she probably wouldn't be able to completely mimic that. So let's try presenting this. And if this is wrong, then we'll present Larry's drawing. One of those has got to be correct. We've scummed our saves. Let's try these. Objection! Hey, we got it. So it wasn't the strings. I was wrong. I thought I was being so clever with the strings. So actually, I'm glad that Queen Katie was lurking and didn't see me get all excited thinking I was smart when I was really very, very dumb. I'm afraid you've run out of road, Miss Bound. You can lie all you like, but you can't deny the results of the tests conducted on the sculpture's remains. And those tests leave no room for ambiguity. What you had on display weren't replicas. They were the very statues Mr. Frost carved 18 years ago. Well, I guess that is more conclusive evidence, because with the strings, you could just say, like, oh, she took the pictures after Tangaroa ate the strings, and so maybe that's why they weren't there. Oh, I could probably help explain how they worked it out if you like, dear. It's the sugar, you see. You might think sugar is sugar, but the composition is actually very unique. Oh, this is what we were talking about. Who brought this up last time? They were wondering if it was like cane sugar versus brown sugar, or how you could have like a test saying it's this specific sugar. You could probably recreate the statues, but the sweet secret of their chemical makeup, no chance. Why is Scone popping up though? Piping up with it because she's friends with Judy. Thank you, Miss Scone. I don't recall asking for her help, but still. I'm actually putting the fan to use for its actual intended design. To put it simply, the statues didn't disappear back then because they'd melted. They disappeared because you spirited them away and kept them hidden for these 18 long years. So again, was it at the mansion? Because she didn't have access to the mansion, right? Ah! Why? She kept a pair of flavored ice sculptures around somewhere for all that time? It's not the most out there idea in the world, assuming you had a big enough ice box. Quiet, all of you. Ms. Bound, have you anything to say in your defense? So you've already learned that much. Oh, so she just admits it, okay. Should I take that to mean you admit to having hidden the flavored ice sculptures in question? No, I admit to no such thing. You haven't proven that I was the one who took those statues away. And you won't, because it would have been impossible for me to do so in the first place. Okay, this is what we're gonna say that was on the cart, probably. The police were already here when they disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing? How indeed. Okay, let's save just in case it asks me to present evidence without a cross-examination, because I don't know what we'll use to show, because we might just show the cart itself. We might show the illustration of her pushing the cart with candy on it. I'm not sure, but let me read a couple more comments in the chat first over here on Twitch. Vera says, I ate them. Sorgy chat. The strings look yummy. Well, except one of them was salty, though. But Vero, you know what, Vero? I'm disappointed, but I appreciate your honesty. So, the trip to Disneyland is back on, Vero. Magpie says, this makes me want sorbet. Oh, crap. Oh, that does sound good. I didn't want it until you mentioned it, but now I want some. Hidden Hand said, you're gonna die. I mean, eventually. Hopefully not for a long time, Vera said. I tell her you were smart, laughing. Never mind. No, don't tell her. Don't let her know I thought I was smart. Hidden Hand says, ha, L, sorry, lol. And there's the Nora raid. Oak says, Nora's raiding in. We hope her tears don't mess up your stream. Nora raid. And Beowulf says, hello, lonely man Beowulf. How you doing? Nora says, no. Oak says, great clip. Nora says, no. Crystal doing the Nora command. Nora says, right after I got canceled. You got canceled? Beowulf says, laughing. Crystal says, Nora supports homophobia. Nora said, it's okay because Vero forgives me for homophobia because I drew sweetheart. Oak says, we got to meet a weird old guy and a bird that knows all. Oh! I won't say the name of the old guy because I don't know if he got his name yet, but I know who you're talking about. Vera said, 1 out millions. Nora's question mark. Vera said, I love him. He's Phoenix's dad. Oak says, yes. Hidden Hand says, well, that's a long cooldown if it's still there. I think what it is that the, I think I have like an hour cooldown on the light mode redeem, the whatever it's called. Oak says, he keeps telling Phoenix to call him daddy. Nora says to Vero, Keith, Meg, help me run the noodle shop. And Vero says, yeep. Let's read some more over on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, after Miguel said, and their character names, Vera said AA6 tried. Miguel said, laughing, yeah, I just hope we finally get an Athena Sykes trilogy. I need more of her. Oh, Vera, you get along, not Vera, Miguel, you get along well with Nora. She is a massive Athena Sykes enjoyer. I gave her a lot of flack when we played it. I really don't have anything wrong with her as a character, except that I didn't really enjoy the mood matrices. Of all their, like, lawyer superpower mini games, that was the one although that was before I did these mind chess things in here, and the fact they're timed is really stressful. So maybe that will elevate Athena in my mind, actually. Vera says, gosh, yes, give me more Simon Blackwell. Miguel says, all I remember, these people were fighting over something and playing as Gregory. That's right, I think we're done with Gregory for now, maybe permanently. I think permanently, I don't think we're gonna go back there. But yes. Opinion says, oh yeah, never forget every case in AA happened because some b-holes really wanted to win a confectionery contest. It just shows the butterfly effect. Just the littlest thing is the first domino that set all of this in motion. And Vera said, can't talk more about it because some people in Twitch chat never finished the 4th case in the first game. Oh, that's right, because Nora's still playing it. So thank you very much for the reminder there, Vera. I know Run YouTube Magpie says, oh, heck yeah, you're gonna like those. I've got some Falling to Do Comes Before Bad Idea. The music videos animated in Flash have the same character in them. I like those old school, like, I guess you just call them old school. Is there like a word for that aesthetic of old Flash music videos and things? Vera said, Logan is a jack of all trades when it comes to acting. Trust. I'm trying to improve in the areas that I'm weak at, like singing, I think. I'm working on that. I'm trying. But let's play a little bit more of the game and I'll be back to chat. But I gotta have a sip of water. I'm sorry. I'm getting thirsty. Also, how are we almost an hour into stream? We've only done one cross-examination and that's all. But I'm enjoying my time because I get to spend it with all y'all. How indeed? I don't yet know exactly how you did it, but I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away. You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I am indeed, and I won't stop until I get to the truth. I see. Then I'd better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. All right, another cross-examination looks like. I'm dreading the fact that we probably are scheduled to have another mind chess in here because I think Queen Katie said there's 2 every chapter and we've only had 1 and it feels like we're getting close to the end, so I gotta brace myself for that. What I did that day. The whole time before judging began, I was awaiting upstairs in our living area on standby. During the judging with the
We don't forgive you. How dare you drink water instead of voice acting and entertaining us. Go back to your room, young man.
Okay.
You're grounded.
Okay. All right, Vera's grounded me. Bye, everybody. Thank you for the 10 bits.
Don't tell Vera I snuck back. I snuck out of my room. I tied together a bunch of bed sheets and put them out the window and snuck down, climbed down, and then like hung out with the fellas on the street corner for a while. I'm back. Don't tell Vera.
I hope that didn't chase away lurkers. I probably should think more about the lurkers when I do stupid crap like that. But thank you again for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Okay, I don't remember the exact... There's some about the camera and how many exposures were left in the... Because it was a Polaroid camera, right? But I don't remember exactly what the deal was. I assume we'll have that piece of evidence if that's going to be what we're going to present stuff against. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Okay, I do still think that Gusto may have been the killer of Artie Frost. I think he was. I'm sticking to my guns here. That my theory is that he killed Artie Frost, and what she did here in the present was an attempted murder of him to take revenge for both Artie Frost's death and for Samson Tangaroa being convicted. And those were my movements on the day it all happened. I hardly see how you could take issue with any of that. That's for us to decide, Ms. Bound. Are you saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm more focused on proving the fact that she did indeed steal those tattoos. The question is, when she would have had the opportunity to do so. If I can pinpoint that, I might be able to prove what exactly she got up to. Okay, so that's telling us what type of contradiction to keep an eye out for here. What I did that day. Once again, you guys know the drill. Cross-examination is beginning, so we gotta save, so we'll be able to save scum. Because last time I was not good. I messed up. But let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Nora says, okay, oh, this is all caps. So this is Nora screaming, okay, I have a question. I'm actually not gonna do that because that'll hurt my throat. Says, is the boat shop owner's noodle shop wet noodle the same as wet soba? Oh, I didn't even make that connection. I mean, it had been so long since I played that first game. Maybe? Did somebody give that? Was that a trivia thing that Queen Katie provided? I assume it's not, but I'm wondering because similar names. And he said Keith and Meg would be third generation's owners, and Bucky is fourth generation Spirit of Justice. And that'd be the perfect amount of time? Is it the same thing? Now I'm curious. I don't know. Hidden Hand says you got hacked on TikTok. I can't spell. I did. It took 6 weeks for TikTok to do anything about it. I was messaging them constantly. And then when they did, it was like the easiest thing in the world for them to do. Nora said that was a long message. Did it go through? It did. Oak said, guys, should I make roasted potatoes? Only if you make enough for everybody in chat. Vera says, yes. Nora said, Oak, you should work on clips and tell me if my long message went through. Nora, Oak is doing you a great, generous favor by basically managing all of your social media, presumably for free. I think Oak deserves roasted potatoes. Oak says to Hidden Hand, yeah, he got hacked at the end of February and he only just got it back. It was awful, but we finally got more TikTok, Logan. That's right. Yesterday was the first day I went back to posting. So yesterday and today are new clips. It was so funny, like somebody commented like, what? You're still playing Persona 3? And I'm like, well, I mean, or posting Persona 3. It's like, yeah, I got hacked. Oak says to Nora, what message? Nora says, dang it. And Nora says, I'll split it in two. And then there's messages, but oh, they're deleted. They're deleted by Vero. Oak said, with that message, it did go through, but I just didn't know which one you were talking about. Nora said, wait, did the long one said before? Oh, oops. See, over on YouTube. Let's see, Opinion says, we're 1 hour in with one objection made because you read every message in the chat. That's how Keyboard Slam. I know, but it's what I like to do. I'm not gonna get any better at it. I apologize. Miguel says, bye y'all. I'm going back to my Monster Hunter playthrough where I'm 15 hours in and I'm still in the early game. Well, thank you so much for being here, Miguel. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Good luck on Monster Hunter. You're probably already gone, but have a good rest of your day. And Vera said, I relate to that, Miguel. It's 15 hours in, still in the early game. Oh, because I've never played a Monster Hunter game. I hear they're good though. Oh, and wow, I must be really behind in Twitch because we're already on slow mode there now. Let's play some more here. Let's start pressing some statements. The whole time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby. Hold it! And what were you doing while you were waiting? I was in my room practicing some dance routines. Ah, she looked so happy back when he wasn't in prison and his hair was still dark colored. I was on a TV show called Bake Bop with Samson, you see. Bake and Bop? What kind of show was it? It was a children's show. The two of them... Oh, it's Edward. It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance as they made a variety of sweets. Wow, that sounds awesome! Hold the phone, Miles. Miles? You used to watch it? No! I watched it for the commercials. I wanted to see what type of products they were marketing towards children my age. I didn't watch the show. No. My father introduced it to me. I may have watched an episode or 2 or 5 or 7 or all of them and have an entire DVD collection. So, Ms. Bound passed the time before the judging began by practicing the dance routines. Was this the moment when Bound stole the sculptures? Okay, I'm gonna say no. I guess it's probably going to do this on every statement we press. So we got to check all the statements. This wasn't the moment. That can't have been the moment she did it. I'd better listen carefully to what she says. Okay, so first is like beforehand. Then we got during the judging, had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Then when she discovered the body. And later when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody. I think that's going to be one that she took the sculptures. Because it wasn't, like, nobody knew that they were melted until, like, the end of the investigation, or that section of the investigation, when Gregory Edgeworth and Manfred von Karma went into the room together. And so if she's serving tea, she's got her cart, and she probably has the statues underneath the cart, underneath the blanket on the lower level of it. And I seem to remember at some point somebody remarked about the saucers the tea was sitting on either being hot or cold. And so either they were too cold then, or maybe Gregory realized they were too hot later because they'd been cold before. So that's what it's going to be. We'll press on the other statements, but it's going to be that fourth one. That's what I'm counting on here. Oh, and there's a pinned message here on Twitch. Written by Queen Katie, says, please pin if possible. Logan, I'm here on PC now. I have the great guy. Doesn't have an ice cream first, but I'm all set for you, sir. Thank you, Queen Katie. And Queen Katie, just if you have messages saying that, oh, Logan wants you to know that he's smart, ignore them. Just assume I'm smart, but don't read the content of what it was that I was supposed to be smart about. But thank you so much, Queen Katie. I appreciate you. During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. Hold it! Were you the only one who was able to move around freely during the judging? Well, I wouldn't say freely exactly, but I was able to move around more easily than the contestants. See, yes, okay, so, because I think there was like one key to get in all the rooms. I think, was it Samson that had the only key, so she probably wouldn't have been able to come and go from the rooms yet. Even so... Oh, look, she does look tinier back then. She's little. I could hardly have spirited the sculptures away while Samson was standing right there, could I? And I ran straight off to change the film as soon as he asked me. I wouldn't have had time. Yeah, it's gonna be when she served tea. So, changing the film and the camera as requested by Mr. Tangaroa. Was this the moment when Ms. Bounds stole the sculptures? Was not the moment. That can't have been the moment she did it. I better listen carefully to what she says. Okay, before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. It's hard to do the R's and the S's. You entered the room containing Mr. Tangaroa's work before bringing the camera back to him, correct? Yes, I heard the sound of something collapsing. Samson, are you in here? Oh! And the sound of the chocolate chip falling over after a certain someone took a bite out of one of the supports. And Mr. Tangaroa was still in Mr. Gusto's room when you found the body. Yes, I am fairly sure that was the case. He was judging each room in order, and he liked to take his time. So, the point at which... Okay, body, was this one that wasn't the moment? Need to listen more carefully. So this is what it is going to be. But let's check the last statement and press that first, and we'll come back to this one, because I just want to see what they say when they press all of it. That was when I saw Mr. Gusto entering Mr. Frost's room. Hold it! When exactly did you see Mr. Gusto entering the victim's room? It was while your father and the others were investigating the room where the body was found. Gusto said he went in there to get back a photo of him and... Wait. Gusto said he went in there to get back a photo of him and Frost and their kids. Because he didn't want anybody to suspect that they'd been working together, right? Pretty sloppy of him to get spotted, though. Definitely not great thief material. I think Mr. Gusto could live with that, to be honest. So, the moment when Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room... Was this the moment when Miss... No, wasn't the moment. That can't have been the moment she did it. I'd better listen carefully to what she says. I need to figure out when Miss Bound would have been able to see the sculptures. What was your best window of opportunity? You'd think a great thief like me would have an inkling, but I'm drawing a blank here. Plus, I don't own a Switch to play Splatoon. I don't have an inkling. If you're gonna get to the bottom of this, you'll need to grill her harder. So get to it. We're right behind you, big man. That's also a Splatoon character. Oh, right! Okay, so yes, the fourth statement. This one. Later round, when your father arrived, began to make the round. Serve tea to everybody. Press the statement. Then when it asks, we'll say yes. And then she did it with the things on the cart. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, though, first. Nora said to Vero, can you delete the second one, split in two if you want? Oh, I thought that Vero was just being silly by deleting that to make it seem like it hadn't gone through again. Oak said, we're still very not done with it. We still haven't gotten, we didn't have time to get far today because we started so late. But I hope you guys are enjoying the game at least. Nora says, or Vero says to Nora, I got you. Nora says, clips. Oak says, lurk, making potatoes, but should be done soon. And then Oak says to Nora, but I already have like 8 scheduled for the next week, and I don't want to miss the longest stream. And 8 is like plenty for the next week. Hidden Hand says, have y'all seen the Minecraft movie, Chicken Jockey? I told Magpie and Vex I was going to wait until after opening weekend was over and catch a very cheap $5 matinee of it. And I did, so I didn't really contribute very much. And it was, I actually, the more I think about it, I have more thoughts about that movie. This stream is not the place for that, but it's interesting. And the theater experience was interesting with everybody cheering and stuff. Oh, a poll has appeared on Twitch, a paid poll. What is everybody's favorite spice? Cinnamon, paprika, chili powder? I always feel like I pronounce this wrong. Is it turmeric or turmeric or salt and pepper? I'm gonna say cinnamon, especially if you mix in some sugar, some cinnamon sugar. Oh, it's so good. Over on YouTube, ValTube says, I just realized Bacon Bop was canceled before Kay was born. Oh yeah, because she's like 17, huh? Do you think that, does streaming exist in the Ace Attorney universe? Do you think she has the opportunity to watch it? Does she have to borrow someone's DVDs? Vero says, AFK is like a 2001/2002 kid too. I know, it's so disappointing. I gotta have a sip of water. I don't know, it's very warm, it's very toasty in here. Oak says, I can edit them on a day with no stream, yeah. And then Hidden Hand says, I am Steve. Have you seen someone posted that apparently they changed the take of him saying I am Steve from the trailers to the actual movie? And I don't know if it was because of everybody's reaction to it, but it kind of is giving me flashbacks to, I don't know, do you guys have seen the movie The Dark Knight Rises, right? I know Magpie's got to have seen it, probably Vex too, because like, you know, Batman, right? And Scarecrow is in it, so yeah. But, when the trailers first came out of that, you know, you had Tom Hardy playing Bane, and his Bane voice was so unintelligible in the trailers that they like re-recorded all of his dialogue for the movie. Like if you go and watch, like if you go on YouTube and search and find the original very first trailer for The Dark Knight Rises, and then compare Bane scenes from that in the movie, they're different takes. Like the audio he's wearing a mask, so it was like easy enough to do. And Quick80 with an emote. Oak said, to be honest, it isn't nearly as bad as I thought. It's a silly, fun children's movie. It's a weird movie, though. Again, I've got thoughts about it. I would say I have seen far worse. I've seen better, but no, it's not like everybody's acting like it's the worst thing ever. It's fine. And also, I just kind of don't want to disparage it because, as I said, I found the director is someone I've worked with. Oak says, it's like 4 out of 10. Hidden Hand says, he's not even that behind. I'm not? Huh? What, huh?
CHRRKCHRRKCHRRKKKKKK first time chatter spotted Logan Ray Prime.
Oh, thank you so much, Vera, for the 10 bits. Okay, I gotta scroll to the bottom and check this out. So if there's a first time chatter, whenever I read every comment in chat, but I'm already probably like at least a half hour behind. So Vera does this wonderfully and thankfully to let me know that you're here so I can say hi to you. Oh, it's Garlic Ghost! I've seen you before, but he says first time chatter. Hang on. Were you over on YouTube or something like that? I know I've seen, maybe I just saw that you had added, maybe I saw that you had followed me off stream at one point, like I got a notification for that. But Garlic was saying, yo, I'm so hyped for the Miku movie. Oh, hey, you hear that, Nora? I don't think Wendy's here right now. Is Crystal here? We got some people that are hyped for the Miku movie. Garlic goes, so welcome. So if this is your first time here on Twitch, I'm probably just remembering seeing like a notification that you had followed or something like that. But let me give you the quick rundown. Oh, and really briefly though, the poll is done. Paprika won with 50% of the vote. I don't even know what paprika tastes like. Oh, it barely beats cinnamon. Cinnamon was my choice, with Oak contributing 1,840 channel points. But yes, Garlic, may I call you Garlic for short? Again, maybe it's just because that, like, I remarked that, oh, that's a fun username, and that's why it sticks out in my head. But let me give you our schedule. We stream... Oh, Garlic says, I was on YouTube. Okay, so I'm not crazy. So you know everything then. You know all this stuff. Well, welcome then over on Twitch. So I'm not going to bore you with repeating the schedule and everything. So good to see you, Garlic. And are there like trailers for the Miku movie? Is it animated? Is it 3D animated? Is it... I hope it's not like those movies where the cartoon character comes in the real world, like Miku's in her Vocaloid world, and then like get through a portal into the real world and is suddenly, riding in a car with James Marsden on a road trip type of a thing. But yeah, let me have a sip of water. We'll play some more game. But Garlic Ghost, Garlic! Good to see. I'm glad that my memory wasn't playing tricks on me. So good to have you here. Thank you so much for popping in on Twitch. Oh, and Quick with a pin message saying it's animated. It takes place in the Miku mobile game world. Okay, good. Good. I'm not a fan of how many animated, we've talked about this before, of how many animated movies basically do the reverse isekai. I mean, they don't get truck-cooned. It's usually portal-sama into the real world, but yeah. Just as you did today. Yes, I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. Present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little cart of yours. Interesting. Did anything strike you as strange around that time? Oh yeah, Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea and... Okay, so we're gonna see, was it that the saucer was too cold? I think he mentioned his saucer was cold! I remembered! It's because there is the ice sculptures underneath. And possibly although Artie Frost wouldn't be frozen yet. Although she probably went in and took his body and used the cart for that as well. Because it disappeared, right? So, yeah. His saucer was cold. But this means if Judy Bound was doing that same day of the investigation, then that means like pretty quickly after the murder, she was plotting and scheming this, but that was like before Samson Tangaroa was even convicted. Did she have something to do with the murder itself of Artie Frost? Was she an accessory to that murder? And is just racked with guilt that her actions got Samson Tangaroa convicted? And maybe, maybe the reason he confessed to being an accessory to murder wasn't because that, what was the guy's name? Ian Seidman had just really worked him down. Maybe it was because because she was visiting him every day. Maybe she came and said, look, I can't bear to see you, and I am going to admit that I was an accessory. And he's like, no, I'm gonna take the fall for you? Maybe that's what's going on here. Was this the moment when Ms. Bounds told the sculptures? This was the moment! Ms. Bound, I believe this was when you stole the sculptures. I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room right under everyone's noses? I'm gonna save, because it'll probably ask me to present which piece of evidence. I don't know if we're gonna present the cart itself or the drawing. Probably the cart itself, not just the drawing of Larry made of her pushing the cart. That is precisely what I'm suggesting. Oh, we just get to point to it then. Ms. Bounds stole those ice sculptures, and she did it by hiding them here. Inside the drum. No. Inside the fountain. No. Inside my father's derriere. No. Inside the cart!
Take that!
My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was merely inches away from them. Because it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Ms. Bound, but a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case. So she took the entire case? But the cases were still there, weren't they? Oh, well, let's read some more in the chat. Yeah, but Hidden Hand saying he's not even that behind. Vera said, I refuse to watch the Minecraft movie, lol. I am glad everyone is having fun, though. And that's the thing, I'm not gonna, fault anyone for not doing it, but I did go see a matinee of it. Nora said, Batty bound. Vera said, to be fair, more people are in chat. No, Hidden Hand says, okay, to those who will watch Minecraft movie, what was the reference to the pig that had the crown on his head? OGs can get this one. Okay, although I never watched his stuff, that was a Technoblade reference, right? Because it wasn't his thing, it was like a pig with a crown. And like at that point, everyone applauded, but it felt like sincere applause. Because when everyone clapped, it was like, I am Steve and Chicken Jockey. That was like fake applause. But like the people in the audience, like when that happened in screening, they legit cheered for that. Nora said, Hidden Hand, haven't even watched, but Technoblade never dies. Hidden Hand says, yeah. Beer said, yay, Disneyland. And Bumbo with a hydrate command. Thank you very much, Bumbo. I will do that right now. Almost done with that water there. Hidden Hand says, oh wait, I get why it's an hour, because... Wait, I get why it's an hour, because you would be blind. Because I'd be blind. I feel like there's a joke here that I'm missing. Because I'd be blind, because I'd be blind. Nora says, Athena! Vex says, pausing quick to let the oven preheat and my joints rest. It was delightful watching Logan, I almost said Logan Vero over Neil banging out the Tuesday. It's the auto-correct in my brain. Watching Logan puzzle over Neil banging out the Tuesday. I have the wet mix and the dry mix made, and I just have to grease the muffin tin and mix the two mixes together into batter, and then it will be muffin time. That sounds so good. I've actually got some blueberry muffin mix in my pantry. Maybe I should make some of that soon. That sounds really good. Except I should hold on to it because I feel like next Sunday is Easter, which, by the way, I've asked a couple times in chat. I'd love to get some more feedback. Are you guys cool with an Easter evening stream? Because like, Easter is like a morning holiday, so I guess I was thinking of saving the blueberry muffin mix for Easter morning. Easter egg hunt with my niece and nephews, have some blueberry muffins or something like that. Nora says, I miss Athena, that's why I play AA today, because me and Oak were feeling nostalgic about Athena, Trucy, Spirit of Justice, and I want to get to Dual Destinies ASAP, even though it's kind of far away. Vex says, Nora, you have got to play Ghost Trick. There's a very Athena-adjacent character, and she is delightful. She is delightful. I really like her. I know who you're talking about. Vera said, oh my gosh, you're right. Vex says, thank you. And Hidden Hand says, what have you done? Nora said, well then. Vera said, how's everyone? Oh, that's when I got grounded. Bumbo says, good. You guys aren't even freaking out because you knew I was coming back. You knew. I can't pull the wool over any of y'all's eyes. But we are losing lurkers over on YouTube as I'm not playing the game, so I guess I should probably play some of the game. Okay. Vera said, oh, hey, one more comment. Vera said, I heard the door click laughing the dedication to the bit. Yes, I literally went over the door and I opened it and waited a second and then closed it. Because I was like, maybe you can hear. So I'm glad you could apparently hear that. So thank you, Vero. But a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case. Surely such a thing would have been impossible. Huh? What?
This was my motive. You'll never see the word puzzle without thinking of me ever again. You'll be a grandpa at 80 and point at a puzzle and you'll call it Pharaoh and all your grandkids will be confused. They'll never know what that means.
And because of that, they will think that I have dementia and they will like have me sent to a home and I will be alone and medicated for the rest of my twilight years. All because of your scheme, but it's a pretty good gag. So thank you very much, Vero, for the 10 bits. And it's very effective. It has worked incredibly well. I wonder if it'll work outside of the context of this chat, because whenever I'm seeing that the word puzzle or puzzles in the chat, but it's not a word that I really stumble across outside of this a lot. I should test that out sometime. But thank you again for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. How would a case of that size fit on a serving cart? It would have been spotted immediately. Objection! Who said anything about a serving cart? Oh, so we're saying that wasn't just a serving cart. That what it was the lift cart, but it looked like a serving cart because instead, so it wasn't underneath like the upper level. It's that the whole glass case was here and that the tablecloth was draped over it to make it look like a serving cart. And that's why the top of the platform is wet now, is because today it was also used to transport Artie Frost's body around, which was frozen and encased in the flavored ice. Or at least just ice of some sort. I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you suggesting she used instead? I'm suggesting that Ms. Bound used this to transport the sculptures. I'm not even gonna save. I'm so confident in what I'm doing. It's the lift cart. And this is... And that's why it was in that room. Well, how about that? So she took it out to a freezer area, presumably, dumped the sculptures there, and then brought it back in using that to put the case back in place. The cart that Ms. Bound used to move the flavored ice sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room 18 years ago. And it would appear that the very same cart is still here with us in this fountain room. Yes, that is the cart. That is it. We originally bought it for use in the contest. And you're saying that Ms. Bound loaded Mr. Frost's sculptures onto this cart and carried them off? I am. And there it is. If there's a picture of it, then it happened. You know, even though we haven't done a ton, I feel like I've done fairly well in these 2 cross-examinations. No one tell Queen Katie about when I was wrong earlier because I thought I was smart and I was dumb. Let's see. Hidden Hand says he's right there. Nora said, hey, does anyone know how to add a Visa Debit Vanilla gift card to Google Play? I don't. I do not. I'm sorry. Hidden Hand says, what about mashed potatoes? What about mashed potatoes? I like those. I like mashed potatoes as well. Quickity said, I'm here on PC now. It's time to lock in. Vera said, Katie. Quickity said, also, according to my AA math, tonight might be a spoiler clip night. I don't know, but yay. Hidden Hand said, what's everybody's favorite kind of potatoes? I do like mashed. Probably mashed. I mean, other types are good. Potatoes are great in just about everything. Bumbo says, gnocchi. I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna have to Google that. Gnocchi. Oh, it's like a... is that like a potato dumpling? Gnocchi, or maybe it's just gnocchi, are a variety of pasta-like dumplings in Italian cuisine. Okay, huh, how about that? I have heard of a new thing today. Fear said, fried. I am basic. Nora said, I don't think Batty Bound did it. I think that she did the attempted murder of Gusto. Quickita said, pin please. Oh, that was pinned then earlier. Hidden Hand said, mine is mashed potatoes. Nora said, Queen Katie checked DMs about to send a question about AA. Queen Katie said, oh, gotcha. And Oak says, potatoes are in the air fryer. And then Hidden Hand posts a bunch of emotes, says, I don't know why I like this emote. I can't even tell what that emote is. It looks like someone just like flailing an arm or something like that. Oh, yay. We should play some game. We should play some actual real game because we're almost halfway through the stream. Don't know how, but that is the case. As you can imagine, all one would need to do is lay a case on its side. Add a tablecloth. Bing! That's the sound tablecloths make. Bing! And it'd look exactly like a normal serving cart, thus allowing her to move the sculptures around freely. So is that why the cloth was like a different color that one time? Because that was how you can tell the difference? Because maybe it was using one of the luminous cloths, and he tried to set it to white, but it goes to blue instead because it can't quite do real white or something like that. Can it be? I wish Eustace Winter was here for this. I love when his little surprised face is like, holy moly, of course! That's why those saucers were so chilly. They were sitting on top of a big block of ice. Jude's. Hey, Jude. How could you? I was gonna ship the two of us together in my self-cert fanfic with IRL people. Oh. Impressive. Oh? Then again, you are Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's son. I should have expected no less. There isn't a scrap of evidence that I stole these sculptures all those years ago now, and yet I knew that no matter what I said or did, I'd always be under a cloud of suspicion. So, you admit it? You admit that you stole them from Mr. Frost's room? Yes, I do. I took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. I guess that's a crime, although the guy's dead, so it's not like he was using them anymore. Oh, a new poll has appeared on Twitch saying, when Logan hits 80, what will he sound like? The options are his normal voice, Beef Longa, Judge Uchi, a secret fourth answer. Or was it a little cat thing snuck into the poll? I'm gonna vote for that little kitty cat, little thing that snuck into the poll. Oh, and it's sad music that's playing now. And over on YouTube, Opinion says, I've got to head out for now. See y'all around. Thank you so much for being here, Opinion. Oh, crap, I hope you didn't say that a long time ago and I missed saying goodbye to you, but thank you, Opinion. You're awesome. It was good hanging out with you. Like, YouTube for that first hour or so was really, really happening. That's fun. But man, if that happens like the entire stream in the future, it'll be even more difficult for me to stay caught up in chat, but I enjoy it. I took those sculptures and their glass cases out of that room 18 years ago. And Mr. Edgeworth correctly deduced I had dressed up the lift cart as a serving cart to do it. And slipped in and out of Mr. Frost's room while I was going around serving tea to everybody. In the end, I'd removed not only the sculptures, but the flavored ice zodiac blocks as well. Zodiac blocks? I feel like I've seen them for myself before.
Vertical bar, 7, Jishi, no.
What does that mean? It's like a little, wait, hang on. It's like the line break kind of makes it so I can't really see what it is. So thank you, Vera, for that TTS. I'm trying to see what the vertical, oh, the poll is done. It's a tie between Beef Longa and Little Kitty Cat snuck into the poll, with Oak contributing 80 channel points. I'm trying to see what that is. I've like copied it over here. And it looks like it's part of a face or something, but I can't quite tell. It's just something though. I'm sorry, Vero. I'm not cool enough to decipher it, but thank you. I'm sure it is delightful and whimsical and fun. And thank you for the TTS and for the 10 bits. Zodiac blocks. I feel like I've seen them for myself before. Were there like just blocks of the flavored ice in there that maybe that he'd used to carve it out and so she was able to use that to encase Artie Frost's body in? There's a huge block of ice on display here. Okay, oh, that's right. It was just there because in the Pleiades case, there was no actual thing. Because the Pleiades isn't a zodiac sign. It's just a star cluster. The Seven Sisters. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not, what with it being hollow on the inside. Oh, so it wasn't even made of glass. It was made of ice. If the Winter Wing really is an exact replica of Mr. Frost's room from 18 years ago, then even though my father never saw them because they'd already melted, the Zodiac blocks must have been in the victim's room back then as well. When I'd finished moving the 2 ice sculptures and the 2 Zodiac blocks out, I took 2 fresh empty cases to Mr. Frost's room and put them where the original had been. Only the sculptures had been kept in glass cases, you see, to prevent them from being damaged. The blocks were a little more robust, so they had been displayed as is. As stated in the contest rules, we were responsible for providing all display materials, including cases. Meaning it would have been easy for her to prepare those empty spares she swapped in. To prepare them, that makes this sound premeditated. I'm starting to worry that maybe she did have something to do with Artie Frost's death as well. Mr. Frost's room contained quite a few other flavored ice works in progress. I figured if I melted them down somehow, the resulting puddle would look like it came from these sculptures. And that is how the sculptures from 18 years ago came to be in the Winter Wing today. I have to say, Mr. Edgeworth, this is dumb. This is so contrived and ridiculous. Mr. Edgeworth, doesn't anybody just like kill somebody and just that be the end of it? That's quite a confession. Indeed, and I think she offered it so willingly because she knows there's nothing we can do with it. That's all I have to tell you. However, despite everything I've shared, you can't charge me with anything now, can you? Oh, because even though she stole that stuff. Statute of limitations, baby, yeah. What? How'd you figure that? Oh my. I would have thought you might know at least this much given we're at a crime scene. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book. Statutes for dummies! Little kitty cat there. Oh, hang on. I don't know if you can see it all. I should probably take down my camera for a second. Make sure you can see it. Statutes for dummies.
No, I don't understand statutes, so I point to a clock, no.
Oh, because the clock is the time. The statutes of limitations. Let's see. Bum with an emote. Oh, doing a quote.
Puzzles is out for today. Also, hi, that's an 15 reference.
Oh, wait, was that in Apollo Justice? Thank you so much, Vera. Oh, Vera, here, before you go. Hang on. Vera. I got this Grimlock, big blue Grimlock. And a little Wheelie, they gotta say hi to you. Oh, crap. It's next.
Good night. Me, Grimlock, say good night, Vero. Wheelie, you say good night, Vero, too.
Good night, Vero. Please rest well. Rest until your alarm's bell. Haha, I had to think of a rhyme, because I realized, crap, as soon as I said to have him say goodnight, he only speaks in rhyme. Good night, Vero. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope everything goes well with your grandma. You're doing awesome stuff by spending time with her and being there with her while she recovers. That is important. Your priorities are in the right spot. I'm glad that you are doing that. We are gonna miss you, because we all love you and we appreciate you. And hopefully we'll be able to see more of you soon, and she'll be able to recover soon, and we can be back to have you hang out for the whole stream. But have a good rest of your night, Vero. You're awesome. Take care of her, and let us know if there's anything that you need from anybody. I'm not there's a whole lot we can do from so far away, but you're awesome, Vero. Have a good day. Hope your grandma does. And if you happen to somehow have like free time in the next hour and a half, want to pop in and say hi, we won't stop you. But thank you, Vera, for the 10 bits, and thank you for being here. Oh, and Vera over on YouTube says, see ya. It was nice having you. Opinion. Yeah, actually, I might have read that before. I can't remember. But I'm going to read some more in the chat. Nora says, British people saying can't doesn't sound right. I know. I always hate it whenever I get an audition. They're like, we want a British accent. And if it has the word can't in it, because when you say it with a British accent, that sounds a lot like a naughty word. Quiggity said, Oak, is this guide potatoes or actual potatoes? They were actual potatoes. Vera said, Katie. Quiggity says, huh? What, Vero? Vera said, we actually had one quote without you and Oak. Vera said, I realize how much I rely on you laughing. Quiggity says, lol. Hidden Hand says, I need to listen more. And then Vera does, quote, 514. And then there was a Redeem a Poll by Oak said, okay, this is off topic, but what is everyone's favorite spice here? And those were the options. And if anyone has any other ideas, you can replace some of these. I tried to avoid some basic things like garlic and salt. Vera said, okay, bet. Quiggity said, to be fair, my captions help me type. Said quotes out, lol. Vera says, okay, just make sure paprika stays because I love paprika. I watched the Minecraft movie, quote, legally, says Oak. Magpie says, this spice poll is clove erasure. Quiggity says, also, I found the point Logan is at in the guide, so I'm set to help out whenever. Well, hopefully, I'm doing well enough that we won't need it. Knock on wood. Vera said we have to give white people representation /J. Oak said, okay, salt and pepper work on everything, but it's too boring. Paprika better. Oak says to Magpie, we could have included clove, I guess, but it isn't as versatile, I feel like. Nora says in all caps, I'm gonna see the Miku movie on Thursday. And there's Scarlick saying, yo, I'm so hyped for the Miku movie. Oh, that's why you're saying it. It was a reaction to Nora saying, I thought you were just popping in to announce your excitement, which is like, hey, that's good. That's real. But again, it is good to see you, Garlic. Okay, let's play some more of the game. Let me finish off this bottle of water. Accidentally splashed some on my cheek and down my neck. Okay. Oh, I heard what happened. Quiggity. Oh, and there's some comments over on YouTube. Maybe that's what it is. Quiggity says, hey, Logan, the book is a Rise from the Ashes reference, actually. Oh, I thought AA5. Oh, maybe I misread it when Vera said that. Maybe it was like AA1-5. Maybe that's what it was. Oh, because that was the first game where they introduced the whole statute of limitations thing because of the DL6 incident. Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense now. And Valtube says, Rise from the Ashes mentioned? Indeed. That wonderful case where my 3 a.m. math session was... Oh, no. Rise from the Ashes was one after the statute of limitations. That was DL6. Rise from the Ashes was Edgeworth and the car. Yeah, because that's where my 3 a.m. math session. Sorry, I got the two of those. They bled together in my brain. That was the one with, oh crap, what's her name? What's Emma Sky's sister's name? Was it Lana? Lana Sky, I think? But yes, it's been a few years. Cut me some slack, please. Unremembering things. Let's play some more game now. I suggest you memorize the various statutes of limitations outlined in this book.
Statues of what? You see, this time is not a typo. Earlier in the game, they said statues. Now, I'm saying it for realsies because I'm dumb.
Statute limitations book. Jot down my organized this. Okay. A book explaining the statute of limitations of various crimes. Okay, let's see what it says exactly. Theft. 7 years from the date of the crime. Separate timeframes apply and with regards to claims for damages, etc. So that was 11 years past statute of limitations for that. Murder. 15 years from the date of the crime. I feel like in real life, wouldn't murder not have a statute of limitations? I feel like if you killed someone, it doesn't matter how long ago that was, you killed somebody. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. Gusto went to Zhangfa. I think he did it under the claim of studying there, but he went to Zhangfa. So the statute of limitation won't apply to him. The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Okay, so that means that since Matangaro was indicted as an accomplice, I'm trying to see how that would apply here. I'm sure I'm missing something obvious, but again, Gusto went to Zhangfa and he just barely got back. So the statute of limitations shouldn't be, so we'll still be able to nail him for Artie Frost's murder. Simply put, Kay, prosecutors only have a certain amount of time within which they can put a suspect on trial for a given crime. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh, the game's gonna do what I just did already. Oh, and then it just goes away. I didn't even click anything. That was the game assuming that I'm a fast reader. So it's different for every crime. Murder, 15 years. Theft, 7 years. Ah! Yes, Ms. Bounds stole the ice sculptures 18 years ago. So it's too late to have her arrested for that crime. I don't believe it. Theft is a serious matter, especially when it involves the removal of evidence from a crime scene. That's right, because that's tampering with a crime scene. Is there a statute of limitations on that? That's a different crime. However, as you yourself just pointed out, Ms. Bound can no longer be prosecuted for her crime, rendering your revelation rather pointless, wouldn't you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Objection! I'm trying to remember, does Gavel... Do she and Winter have a suspect in this? Was it gonna be Larry? Because I really don't care if Larry gets convicted of murder. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Did Gavel travel to a different place as well? Or not Gavel, excuse me. Bound, former assistant to Samson Tangaroa and current owner of the Zodiac Hall Art Gallery. She loves to sing and dance. For you see, the theft of the ice sculptures isn't my principal interest here. I find the body that reappeared 18 years after the theft to be of considerably more interest. Are you suggesting that I also hid Mr. Frost's body? I am indeed. But how do you keep a body hidden for 18 years without anybody finding it? By hiding it in a very unusual way. Ah, yeah, this is interesting. Unusual things are interesting. Are you telling me that you know where the body has been for all this time, Mr. Edgeworth? It's not such a big leap if you think about what Ms. Bound has told us already. Let's just say it wasn't just flavored ice that she removed from Mr. Frost's room back then. Also, we're going to save in case we got to present evidence to say this specifically. Because I am fairly certain that the body got used as a replacement for the shrouded twin of Gemini. But how it got there and at what point it was frozen, I'm still not quite sure. Very well. If you are confident in this claim, let us put it to the test. Tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, where exactly was Mr. Frost's body hidden? I'm guessing we'll show the drawing? Because this is the case that Gusto opened, so that's where he was. Disguised as the mermaid, like the shroud was up, and then the shroud drops. Gusto is like, oh, that the mermaid, she's so hot. Oh no, wait a minute, this is my gay husband, Artie Frost. I have to get to him and smooch him and remove his body. And then cracks it open and almost dies from gas. But let's just see if there's anything else that points to that as well. Salt lamp, family photo, lift car, teapot, Larry sketches, the chocolates. Okay, so it's gonna be the drawing, right? It's gonna be the drawing? I did just save like 2 dialogue chunks ago, so. Take that! This is where Miss Bound hid the body. Crap. I'm afraid you will have to demonstrate to me how that works, Mr. Edgeworth. Or do we mean like, do we have to show the drawing that showed the cart today? That she transported it with the cart today? What? Come, show me how exactly a body could have been hidden there. It's the statue! She's right, that wouldn't work at all. If you have nothing to contribute to the investigation, perhaps you could wait outside for us to finish. No, forgive me, Judge Cavell, but if you just give me one last chance. If I must, but do not try my patience any further. We're gonna reload. Oh crap. I can't reload from here. Let's just try something else. Let's try the winter wing photo. Take that. Oh, that's gonna be the right thing apparently. So let's load and try that again. So we're gonna show the Gemini statue that was shrouded. That's where the body was hidden. So here, all right. You're confident in this claim. Let's put it to the test. Tell me where exactly. Okay, the winter wing photo. Present. Take that. And now we got it correct. And I should read some more in the chat also. Vera said to Garlic, welcome in. Magpie says, gonna be real. I understood Bane better than literally anyone else in that movie because nobody makes movies audible anymore. Oh my gosh, ain't that the truth? I hate that I have to do this, but like whenever I watch movies or even a lot of TV shows at home, I have like the closed captions on because everybody freaking mumbles all the time. Either they mumble or the soundtrack is too loud. Between that and I just wish somebody would buy every single director and cinematographer and cameraman in Hollywood a stationary tripod. But yeah, they did apparently redub all of Bane's stuff to make it even a little bit more intelligible. But it was still I still don't think, I feel about Bane, Tom Hardy's Bane, and Heath Ledger's the Joker the same way about each other. They were very good performances in and of themselves. In a vacuum, great performances. I don't think Tom Hardy's Bane was a great Bane, though. Bane is a guy with a luchador mask from Santa Prisca. You know, give him a silky, smooth Spanish accent. Now the darkness rises. You merely a drop in the dark. I was born in it, melded by it. No, it's just, you're just being weird. But I feel like Heath Ledger's Joker did that to a lot of people because after that it's like, what'd be the weird new take? It's like, you don't need a weird take. Just do the character. That's just me, but maybe I'm a party pooper. Quiggity said, not a spice, but I like garlic parmesan. Oak said, paprika, better. Nora said, Oak, I went from 2K points to 219. How dare you? Garlic says, yeah, I was on YouTube. Again, I'm glad that I remembered you, Garlic. Vera said, I tried to do the transformation noises in that. Okay, everybody does different. I see everybody online, they always do is I always do is like, I don't know why, but Vera's gone, so it doesn't matter. Oak says to Nora, loser, paprika, best spice, I have 50K points. Nora said, cinnamon is so freaking good, I love cinnamon so much. And there's quotes, there's some things, some social schedules and things. Nora said, it is an anime movie, I believe. Quiggity said, it's animated, takes place in the Miku mobile game world. Oak said, according to Nora, it's called something like a Miku who can't sing, which worries me because that does not sound like an interesting premise. It's probably so that you won't be wondering, why isn't she singing this whole movie? And then she'll sing at the end. I bet. Nora said, I'm super excited. I'm gonna bring my Miku plushie and keychain. Oak says, okay, I'm setting a rule for myself that I won't spend any more channel points until I get at least 5K more. I wanna be able to have Monokuma money if necessary. In that case, should we do some gambling tonight? Should we gamble? Should we do a quick little prediction? Let's do a prediction. Let's do this. Here's gonna be prediction, okay? Sorry if there's people lurking on YouTube because this is only on Twitch. I still don't know how to do this on YouTube. Will Logan reach the next to be continued? Okay, there's I don't have enough room to write more, but I mean before the 3-hour mark. So it's gonna be like before the 3-hour mark. Maybe if I can just reach to be continued, and then I'll type B4 as B and then the number 4, then 3 hours. There we go. And yeah, and nah. And it's just gonna be a quick little 2-minute submission period. But this will be a chance for you to gamble away your points. So maybe you'll earn some points, maybe you'll lose the points you got. It's a risk. A photograph of Mr. Frost's works. And of the victim's body, Your Honor. Ha, I was right. You will have to forgive me, but I don't see what you mean. Where exactly in this photograph is Mr. Frost's body? The victim's body is hiding right here! It's the ball. No, it's the shrouded lady. Present! But this one does have feet, though. So if it was Artie Frost's body that Larry saw that was, like, crying blood, did she cut off the bottom half of the body and make, like, a mermaid tail for it? The Gemini sculpture? Yes, it may look like a sculpture at first glance, but it is in fact Mr. Frost's corpse! I was right! I'm patting myself on the back. I was right! Surely you can't be serious. I don't see anything in the photograph to support such a wild claim. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to hide the body in plain sight. That's going to be the luminous cloth, right? And what piece of evidence might that be? The court demands that you present what was used to conceal the body. Luminous cloth! I'm not even saving. I know this is right. One of the cloths from the autumn wing? Yes. When it's made to glow in just the right way, it's so visually convincing, you might mistake it for ice. Isn't that right, Miss Scone? I wasn't listening. Hello! Well, yes, dear, but you can make it look like just about anything, really. Even a blazing fire. And the right shade of blue would make it look like ice. Yes, oh, yes. Exactly like it, in fact. Overruled. Is it not the case that a certain special device is needed to generate these colors, though? If you would care to take another look at the photograph of the Winter Wing, Your Honor. You'll notice there is... Oh, I realized my cursor was on the screen the whole time. Sorry, I forget that goes across the stream. You'll notice there is a small box connected to the bottom of the Gemini display case. Oh, that's why that box was there. That's one of the very light-emitting devices in question. Detective Gumshoe even confirmed its presence, and he's somehow good at his job in this game. In fact, this particular device went missing 18 years ago. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case. Oh, the prediction looks like the voting is done. I didn't get a chance to see who voted for what or how much. We'll find that out when we either reach a to be continue or reach a 3-hour mark. So I hope you guys are enjoying your gambling. Back then, it was no doubt firmly connected to the cloth inside the display case, which means Ms. Bound had no choice, but to take it with her when she removed the sculpture. So you see, this cloth and the light-emitting device were being used to create the illusion that Mr. Frost's body was, in fact, a statue carved from ice. Let me save again. It's probably good to save sometimes when we're not just save scumming. And I'll read some more in the chat before we get back to this, because now we got this exciting music playing. I'm moving around my chair, wheeling on the ground, yeah. Let's see. Vero says, Oak, I gave you 1,000. Oak says, oh, thank you, Vero, the goat for real. Quickita said, okay. Well, Oak, you see, the lore about Colorful Stage is that in every Sakai, which is the heart of most people's souls, And there is a Miku in each Sakai. Each Miku is different, so the Miku must have an interesting Sakai. Wait, so every person has a Miku inside of them? Is that what you're saying, Quinkity? Vera said, Sakai di Ichiban no Hime-sama. Okay, I don't know what exactly the translation of Sakai is. Sakai de, so that means like in or from Sakai. Ichiban no Ichiban, that means like the number one, right? So the number one, and Hime means princess, I think, princess sama. So the number one princess from Sakai, is that like Miku's title? Is that what that means? Is my Duolingo working? Queen Katie said, man, I wish Wendy was here. They also love Project Sakai lol. Nora said, Queen Katie, I really hope Wendy comes in chat. Oak says, is Bound back to being under suspicion by Longa again? Not of murder, of attempted murder. I still think Gusto did the murder 18 years ago, and because he fled to Zhangfa or like went to train there, we'll count that as fleeing. The statute of limitations isn't going to apply to him. What Judy Bound was doing was trying to take revenge on Gusto. However, I'm just concerned with the fact that she did all this stuff in the past 18 years ago so quickly after the murder happened. That's a little suspicious and makes me wonder if she was an accessory to that murder, although I don't know what her motivation would be because she's a fan of Artie Frost, and that murder got her adopted dad thrown in prison, and her feelings for him seem genuine, the fact that she's been visiting him every single day. So I'm not sure exactly what her involvement was or wasn't 18 years ago, but I think Gusto killed Artie Frost, and she tried to kill him by setting a trap with a poison gas here in the present. Vera said, Bound, Judy Bound. Can we get to the timestamp? 1:19:29. I'm 25 minutes behind. Oak says, I realize that I haven't been paying enough attention to the game. It's because you're always frying up potatoes and editing videos for Nora. Nora said, Vera, more like Batty Bound. Vera says, for the better. Vera said, you'll play this eventually, I think. Oak said, I've been too focused on chat and Logan's silly noises. Quiggita said, wow, a teen girl did that? Pop off, girl. You know, it is impressive how much crime she did at such a young age. Crystal said, yup, it Technoblade. Nora said, Crystal. Hidden Hand said, spoiler, there is no joke. Nora said, wait, next Sunday is Easter? I think so. It's the 20th, right? Next Sunday, yeah? Bumbo says, cool. Oak said, I love an Easter stream. I don't celebrate Easter, and I don't want to be lonely. I do celebrate, but like I said, it's like a morning holiday. I think we'll probably just... I don't know if I have enough time to plan something special for it, so it'll probably just be another Ace Attorney stream. But the main reason I'd like to do it is because I found out that I might have something going on Friday night, so I might not be able to do Friday stream. And if I could do Friday or Sunday, there's 2 streams in a row I'd miss. Nora said, I do celebrate Easter, but yeah, it's only morning and I don't actually do that much. Oak says, alert, potatoes done officially. Vera said, alone, because the lonely bit never dies. Oak said to Vero, lonely bit. It's a bit based in truth. Vera said, he'll be a grandpa with grandkids, so I can't call him lonely anymore. I hope they're like my grandkids. Oak said, do you think Logan will sound like Judge Udgy voice when he's 80? Vera said, he'll sound like beef. There's where that poll came from. Okay. I got another bottle of water because I finished the other one. Let me start this up here, and then we're going to get back to the game. Somehow we're almost 2 hours into stream, just so you know where we're at, chat. Oh, and Hidden Hand's doing a secret tunnel emote. Nice. Okay, let's keep playing now. No, this can't be. Wait, so you're telling me that when we took that photo of us in the Winter Wing, yes, we were standing right in front of the body. Did we ever get to see that photo? I can't remember if we did or not. But the body and the cloth were both recovered from the fountain. Why were they found there if the body was supposed to be in the Winter Wing disguised as the sculpture? Because Gusto ran in, freaked out. The whole reason he ripped that thing open was because, like, crap, the body of the guy I murdered 18 years ago is here. Well, I don't have much time because poison gas. I'm going to dump it into that river and cough, cough, hack, hack, stagger out. Larry Butts, crap, passed out. Objection! At least I think, maybe, I don't know. Because there would have been no mystery as to how the body had been hidden if we had found it as is. Are we saying that? No, because Bound couldn't have gone in, because the only one who's gone in that room since then has been Gumshoe, because he has the gas mask. Ms. Bound needed to remove Mr. Frost from the Winter Wing in order to throw us off the scent. Ridiculous. I don't recall her sneaking around behind our backs to throw a body in the fountain. No. And And she didn't need to, because she had another method at her disposal. Her trusty lift cart, the same cart that had proved so useful in executing her original theft. I believe she wheeled the body into one of the other wings and floated it down the stream to the fountain. The frozen body, being quite solid, probably got stuck somewhere along the way, which is why only the cloth appeared at first. The cloth Miss Scone discovered. And then the body followed afterwards once it had thawed enough. Oh, thank you, Toilet Duck. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. I feel like a lot is happening right now. But I am a good trained Pavlovian dog, so I am saving. Also, like, Gavel has got to, at this point, at least acknowledge in her own brain, wow, Miles Edgeworth is really good at this. I know that for some unfathomable reason, she is really pushing Eustace Winter. I mean, he's got to be like some kind of a Nepo baby, right? And for the sake of Queen Katie's closed captions, I said Nepo as in nepotism, not Nepple, not nipple, not anything like that. But yes, so anyway, let's play a little bit more until we get some background music, and then I'll check some more in the chat. It's an ingenious theory, Mr. Edgeworth, but can you prove that it was me? Oh crap, that's why we're saving. I gotta present some evidence. Oh. It seems a little unfair to expect me to accept your accusations without proof, don't you think? What about an eyewitness? Do you think someone might have spotted her when she was moving the body? As a matter of fact, I do. Okay, so we're gonna present a person then? So an eyewitness... Gusto, maybe? I mean, he saw the frozen body. Or Larry! It was probably Larry! Because she had the cardigan with the chocolates on it. So it's Larry! Ah, yeah, stupid Larry. And the contradiction in the piece of evidence I was provided. The fact that the tablecloth was blue instead of white. I will shed light on exactly how Ms. Bound moved the body as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any evidence to support your allegation? Of course. I have a piece of very compelling proof right here. Then please present it to the court. What evidence do you have that proves Ms. Bound acted as you claim? It's gonna be this thing! Larry's sketches. Do we have an actual piece of evidence that says that the cloth was... Oh, wait, yeah, the evidence. We're presenting it. There! Oh, see, she put her gavel away. More drawings. Look, Gavel. Look how big Larry drew your bosom. And how detailed. He's very attracted to those parts of you. And it... Is that me? Did someone draw me without me noticing? And I'm looking directly at the person. How did I not notice someone was drawing me? Yes, Mr. Butts drew sketches of people as they passed through the fountain room. But what I am interested in is the cart we can see here. Ms. Bound's serving cart? What about it? Oh, you don't see it? I'm sorry, are you colorblind? This is not the first time we've encountered this. There was another prosecutor, couldn't see the color red. She's using the same trick she used 18 years ago. Ergo! We know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when the picture was being drawn. I feel like I'm doing well, Queen Katie. Am I doing well? I should read some more of the chat. Nora says, to Okia, am I going to sound like my judgy voice when I'm 80? Vera said he conditioned himself to sound like that if he wanted to sound old, therefore he will have a beef voice. Quigita said Logan was listening to the whole... Logan, I was listening to you the whole time I was playing Reverse 1999. I knew. Well, this is a little embarrassing. Oak says, I still headcanon that Logan will be playing Persona 11 when he's 80 and Weedle will be calling him a puppy kicker and Logan will be calling puzzles... See, I said that time because I was about to say Vero. In the dungeons... Vero, because I'm about the puzzles in the dungeon. I can force myself when I'm really thinking about it. Says, although that's wishful thinking on my behalf, that we still get 6 more Personas by then. What's going to happen is Weedle is going to be there and also asking when I'm going to play Fuga. Nora says, Ganochi. Logan, is that, how do you spell it? Nochi? Nachi? Ganachi? Oak says, If it has gravy, then mashed potatoes is the best. If it doesn't, then roasted potatoes. Also, Logan, it's gnocchi. Gnocchi, not gnocchi. I don't know things. You weren't here the day that I learned how to pronounce quinoa. I thought it was called quinoa. But, crap, I was about to say something about that. Quick, Katie, I'll be back to the game in just a second. I had a thought here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. I missed it. It's completely... Oh, yeah, I was going to say the whole gravy makes mashed potatoes. There are other things. If you have really good buttered mashed potatoes, or you put, some chives and some sour cream. Like, there are ways to make mashed potatoes also good without just gravy. But mashed potatoes with gravy is pretty great. And says, guys, look at this emote. And Queen Katie with some emotes. Beowulf says, I am never happy when Eustace is here. He sucks. Aw. He seems like such a divisive character. And Vera said, he's here for me. And Oak says to Beowulf, he's the GOAT. Are you one of those people who just like Akechi? And Vera said, you made a girl cry. And Beowulf said, no, Akechi is great. But unlike Eustace, Akechi is smart. I would say stuff about Akechi also, but I don't know if there are people here, Nora hasn't played Persona 5, so I can't say specific things. Anyway, sip of water, and then back into the game. Ergo, we know that Miss Bound was busy moving Mr. Frost's body when this picture was being drawn. What? If I may, I don't see Mr. Frost's body anywhere in that sketch. All I see is a picture of me delivering chocolates to everyone. Really? Then allow me to direct your attention to the color of the tablecloth, Miss Bound. I'd originally thought that Mr. Butts had made an error, but he assured me that that couldn't possibly be the case. So hang on. When we did the flashback just a few minutes ago, seeing Gregory Edgeworth and Eddie Fender in the past, seeing the cart, it was in black and white. Was that blue also, like back then? Was she using a luminous cloth, or was she just using a tablecloth back then? I don't remember. This tablecloth appears to be light blue. Yes, a shade of tablecloth that Miss Bound doesn't seem to own. Chat, if you ever commit a murder or try to enact revenge on somebody who committed murder, make sure you own a light blue tablecloth, okay? Please, please. The cloth only appears to be light blue due to the body hiding just underneath. But the shape of the cart is perfectly rectangular, just as one would expect. Surely it would be immediately obvious if the tablecloth was being draped over the body. Objection! Not if the body had been placed inside one of the hollow zodiac blocks in the winter wing. Place one of those on the lift cart, and it'd easily pass muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Okay, I know that, like, in the evidence, and our organizer, I almost said court record, when it talks about this, it says, I don't think it says here, maybe it says in the description of it or something like that. I think somewhere somebody had said because it raises and lowers or tilts or something, it'd be easy to lift even heavy things. But even so, one person by yourself, like, blocks of ice that huge have got to be crazy heavy. Do any of you live in winter places where it snows a lot and ever had to shovel really slushy, wet snow? It is really freaking heavy. Oh, see, I didn't realize we could click things. We can click things here. To think this was disguised as a serving cart and used to transport the body. Oh crap, if we clicked earlier, we would have gotten different things. Don't forget the body was inside a hollow block of ice. At least now we know why the platform was wet. Can we look at the little lift button there? Looks like this pedal lets you adjust the height of the platform, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Let's give it a try. I love using my foot for things. Just ask that man. If you would, Kay, on it. Boop. Ta-da! I mean, what if instead of, like, putting in one of those blocks, he just curled the body up down here, although it probably wouldn't be able to because it's frozen, and then drape the cloth over the top of it. A single person could transport quite a heavy load using one of these. but it doesn't even seem to angle. Like, how does one person, because like she's not a ripped bodybuilder, get that block of ice to like tip over on there without smashing and breaking everything?
I'll say, I bet I could even cart Gummy off with it. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm saying this in sincerity and with affection. He needs to lose some weight. I'm worried about his cardiovascular health.
And for what purpose exactly, may I ask?
For funsies. You know, maybe we're in like a Target parking lot or something like that.
Okay, let's get out of here then. Place one of those on the lift cart and it'd easily pass muster as a regular serving cart, wouldn't you agree? Oh, goddess of justice. Ms. Bound! Surely you must admit that it was you who moved the body just as you did 18 years ago.
Well, is that a crime?
If you happen to have a dead body in your possession for crimes previously that are no longer prosecutable, is it a crime to move that body around? Seriously, is anyone here a lawyer? I don't know the answer to that.
I didn't expect you all to deduce that from a single simple sketch, but that sketch alone isn't really enough to prove your theory, is it?
You needn't worry on that front. My case doesn't rest solely on Mr. Butt's artwork.
Oh?
Once you had disposed of the body, your serving cart became a simple lift cart once more, which is exactly what we discovered here in the fountain room. And without a serving cart, you had to find some place to put your chocolates. I don't know where she put them, so let me save in case the game asks us where she put her chocolates. I don't think that's a polite thing to ask a woman, where she likes to shove her chocolates.
My chocolates? The ones I was handing out.
As we saw in the sketch, you had originally placed them on top of the cart, but the chocolates you gave us came from your pocket.
Oh yeah, mine was half melted. It was still super sweet and tasty though.
Why did you suddenly feel the need to put the chocolates in your pocket, Miss Bound? Honestly though, I am amazed that you have functional pockets. Women's clothing usually don't have pockets. Don't ask me how I know about shopping for women's clothing so much. It was because you no longer had a serving cart to put them on, that's why. One moment, please. You have explained what Miss Bound did with the chocolates and the lift cart, but what about the tablecloth? Where did it go? Indeed. If stashing the chocolates in her pocket was the only solution she could think of, I doubt Miss Bound had the time to dispose of an entire tablecloth. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an answer for me? I don't know! I don't, so let me save, in case the evidence says yes, I do. And then once we get some music, I will read some more in the chat again. Ms. Bound didn't hide or dispose of the tablecloth, Your Honor. In fact, it's right here in front of us. Okay, hang on. Let me look at the sketch again. Okay. Does she have like something draped around her waist or a shawl or something? Because it's just green dress, belt, green. Okay, did she have any accessories that she's wearing? Show me Judy Bound again. Perhaps you would care to enlighten us. Where exactly is the tablecloth Miss Bound used to hide the body? In the fountain! Not on Miss Bound's person! I don't know. Show me her. I don't know where, but she's wearing it. Maybe she stuffed it up under her dress, wrapped it around her thighs or something. Made a makeshift tablecloth chilly icy diaper thing. I don't know what she's into. She's a woman in her 30s who is still single, and she's got to find some ways to have enjoyment in life. Ms. Bound has the tablecloth on her person, and in plain view, in fact. Look, down here. She's got like an apron thing. And in the sketch, she doesn't have an apron thing. Although her apron thing is white looking. Oh, because earlier he said that it is a white tablecloth. It just looked blue because of the blue case underneath it. So is the color shining through. So that's what it is. In plain view? No, surely you don't mean Ms. Bound. This is the first time I have ever asked a woman to do this. Please take off some of your clothes. It's the cloth around your waist, isn't it? And given that the Zodiac blocks were kept in glass cases, that cloth would have been in direct contact with the ice. And all we would need to do to confirm my theory is to test the cloth for traces of sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. That's a brainy thing. Now let me read some more in the chat. Hidden hand with some emotes. Nora said, I think Judy is innocent. Well, here's the thing. Again, she definitely, at the very least, tried to kill Gusto. But he's got to be the murderer. So it's like, it's still illegal. But it's one of those things that you can understand her motivation. Maybe even call it a righteous motivation. Vera said, because she's a girl. Oak said to Beowulf, but dumb characters are so fun. What about Adachi? What about Gumshoe? What about me? Vera said, no, it didn't work. Oh yeah, what was that supposed to do that Vera did? Nora said, Beowulf said, Nora is the dumb one between you two, as has been shown plenty of times. Nora said, because she's silly. Oak said, Nora, are you seeing the slander from Beo? Hidden Hand said, what kind of language is that? Vera said, I sent it on Discord. Okay, so maybe on Discord we'll be able to see what it's supposed to be. Nora said to Beowulf, what did I do? I mean, you're right, but what triggered this? Oak says, potatoes even. Nora said, you're, with apostrophe R-E. I may be stupid, but I can spell. Hidden Hand says, how yummy were them? Beowulf says, point proven. Oak says, should I have dessert now, or should I get some ice cream? I mean, ice cream can be dessert. Okay, speaking of dessert, I don't know if I brought this up. I remember it was around Christmas time when I was listening to, I can't remember if it was Spotify for some Christmas music or a Christmas radio station. I just remember I heard a commercial in the car driving around for candy canes. Which is like, okay, Christmas time, whatever, candy cane commercial. But in the commercial, it was like this mother, and she's like, all right, kids, dinner's over, time for dessert. And the kids are like, oh, what's for dessert? And she's like, candy canes. They're like, yay. That seems like a weird thing to have for dessert, isn't it? Like, any kind of candy as dessert, but candy canes? Hang on. Is the music stuttering for anyone, or is that my earbuds? It's like cutting out in my right ear. I'm worried these earbuds may finally be dying. I've been using these same earbuds for a couple of years now. They don't usually last this long. I think they're dying. I'm gonna have to buy new earbuds. Maybe if I finally just fix the Bluetooth adapter in my computer, I could just use the Bluetooth ear ones. You won't keep seeing these danglies from my ear holes. Let's see. Garlic says, yes, you should. Nora said, what do you mean? Oak said, hidden hand, they were good, but I normally have them with steak and didn't have them with steak this time, so they weren't as good as normal. Hidden hand says, okay. Quicket said, this is just like Rise from the Ashes all over again. Except that was so long, though. That was so long. But yes. Okay. Let's continue the game a little bit here. Oh, Queen Katie over on YouTube says, posted my spoiler clips in the Twitch chat. Okay, so, was it about her apron, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take to get to those, but I look forward to them, Queen Katie, so thank you very much. All we need to do to confirm my theory is test the cloth for traces of sugar used in Mr. Frost's work. The game is up, Ms. Bound. It's time to come clean. You won't need to test the tablecloth. Oh? Everything you said is true. I stole Delicia's Infesticide Ultra, and I moved Mr. Frost's body. Okay, so the stealing of the Infesticide Ultra, that is a crime now. But the stealing part of it, that depends on whether Delicia decides to press charges, right? And they're friends. The question is just whether or not she's allowed to be in possession of a controlled substance like that. Oh. Oh, she looks sad. Are people allowed to get away with attempted murder and revenge if they look sad? Or, oh crap, I hope she's not singing. It was me. It was all me. Delicia, I am so sorry. Last week, I went into your bag and I took it.
Larry's just over there. Yeah, the hot girls are talking. It's so good. Gonna draw the. Oh, she's crying. She looks pretty. Yeah, drawing. Yeah.
And then I put it in his pocket, hoping to make it look like he had tried to do himself in. I also made sure to leave no fingerprints but yours, just in case the police suspected foul play. Oh, I thought you were friends with Delicious Cone, but you just tried to frame her.
Judy, you're... Oh, gosh. Well, gosh. Goshy, gosh.
Oh, but Judes, why? Weren't we supposed to be on the same side? All fighting together to free Samson?
We were, but I couldn't afford to get arrested. Not yet. Not until I'd finally proven that Samson is innocent. I always planned to give myself up in the end. I know it's easy to say that now, but
Why do it this way, though? It's not like you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fender. I have caused you so much trouble.
Hey!
I heard what happened. I guess that means I should read some chat. I'll read some chat. Magpie says, I like that the statute of limitations book resembles the one from Rise from the Ashes. Vera said they gave Phoenix a similar book. Oak says, no, we will miss you, Vero. Cricket said, no, that's Rise of the Ashes, Logan. The one with Emma Sky and the Badger. That's right, the Blue Badger and his sexy dance. Here's the one thing I've noticed, though. I was trying to make some like references to some Ace Attorney stuff recently. Like I popped into Nora and Oak's stream earlier and I mentioned the guy in the background in the police headquarters that I always loved clicking and getting his whole like storyline across the first 3 Ace Attorney games. And I mentioned that and I think Oak was like, oh wow, you can click that guy, you get information. And I was about to say, oh yeah, go back and check my VODs. But then I realized I don't have VODs for those early games and it makes me so sad. It was gonna be the same thing. I was gonna say, oh yeah, the sexy Blue Badger dance. But then I realized the VODs of the Blue Badger dancing, quote unquote, sexy, don't exist anymore, and it makes me sad. Vera says, hi, Wheelie, hi, Grimlock. Nora said, good night, Vero. Vera said, you did the rhyme. Quickita said, Logan needs to be informed properly, lol. Oak said, we may be Vero-less, but we will not falter. Well, I think Crystal is still lurking, so hopefully we're not in the purge just yet. Vera said, bye-bye, Grimlock and Wheelie, chat, and Logan, I guess. Quickita said, I shield Logan. Oh, thank you, preemptively, before the purge happens. Oh, yeah! Does that mean I need to get back to the game? Let me read 1 or 2 more comments, we'll get back to the game. Huh?
We need to get back to the game routine for when people are clearly cheating the bets.
Oh, it's one of those things again, where the people who voted no that I won't get to the end of the thing are just trying to stall me and slow me down. You guys have done that before. But thank you for the 10 bits. I am gonna read 2 more comments, then we'll get back to the game and we'll see, because we got like over a half hour to the 3-hour mark. I honestly have no idea though how far away the end of this part is. I assume the parts are long, and so I assume there was no chance I'd get there, but that makes me think maybe there is a chance. Nora says to Oak, sniffle, I'm Vero-less and faltering. Oak said, waits until Katie's finishes and stabs Logan, ah! But does it gently and with care. Oh, so it's like the stab, but it's like, ow! Okay, here we go. I have been the guilty party all along, ever since that day 18 years ago. Are you trying to tell us that the true culprit in the IS-7 incident was you? I committed a terrible crime. I took those sculptures and I stole them for purely selfish reasons. The moment Mr. Frost died, they became more than mere entries in a confectionery contest. They became the final works of Samson's favorite artist. Oh, I was joking earlier when I said that she did it because it's like, oh, he's dead, they're gonna be extra valuable, but that's really why she did it, because like, they're more special after his death? Oh, so she did not initially have noble intents. I couldn't allow them to just melt away, not before he came home. Oh, okay, never mind, that's actually sweet, that it's not that they're valuable, it's that they're meaningful to him. Oh. And that meant I couldn't let anybody near them, not even the police. So I hid them. I knew it was wrong, but I just had to. I put them in the cold storage room for safekeeping. But what I'd actually done was far worse than anything I could have possibly imagined. Because who would have thought that Mr. Frost's body itself was posing as one of these sculptures? Oh, did she not know that? So because Gusto was still helping Artie Frost, was he? No, he wouldn't have had time to, did he? Did he dispose of one of the twins of Gemini and he was the one who moved the body? But how would he have done it? Because he didn't have a cart or anything like that. So, she didn't know about the body when she stole the sculptures, apparently. That's the confusing point. So when would Gusto have been able to do that? Samson is a kind man, a saint. He could never kill anybody, never. And yet, because of what I did, the police never found Mr. Frost's body. Blah! I'm sorry, that was a silly way to do that. And Samson was found guilty. His hair just white. I wasn't even looking at it when it happened. I just heard a jolt and then suddenly it's like, ugh, gray hair. After all he'd done for me, he was my family, the only family I've ever had. He was the most important person in the entire world to me, and I... Well, here's the thing also. She was orphaned, right? She was left as an orphan on the doorstep of this place. Is there a reason why they did that? Like, is her biological parentage going to be important? Hang on, how old is Gusto? He's 54. Is he gonna turn out to be her dad too? Just to like add extra drama or something like that? Judes. After his conviction, I was forced out of our home. I was finally able to return only a few days ago, and when I did, I went to the cold storage room to check up on the sculptures, and that's when I saw it. Mr. Frost's body. It had been there the whole time. Of course, by that point, the statute of limitations had expired. So I did what I did today. Because it was the only way I could think of to make things right. Oh, because she doesn't know the rule about if you flee the country, so it's okay though. I mean, she still tried to do a murder. But how would she have figured out that it was Gusto to plant the trap for him? There's still some things we need to figure out, but I feel like everything, like my most recent guesses have been falling into place. It seems I've misunderstood her intentions. Everything she's done really has all been for Mr. Tangaroa's sake. Hey, what are you thinking about, Mr. Edgeworth? It's important to say it out loud. If you're wrong, own up to it. Something that's been veroing me. No? Okay. Why did Miss Bound use poison gas? Why not a more reliable method? And why disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing? The only reason I can think of is to confuse someone who was here 18 years ago. Yeah, the autumn wing and the winter wing look the same, to trick Gusto into going into the wrong wing, right? Boom. Easy, makes sense. And I do think that maybe that he was meant to see the body and like freak out because he's like, holy crap, that body. Maybe the body has incriminating evidence that would allow him to get caught, and that's why he was in there and tossed it into the river. But yeah, she was trying to kill Gusto. Yeah, I wonder what she had in mind. If she was trying to prove that Mr. Tangaroa is innocent, Ms. Bound's ultimate goal must be to confess to her crime, find the true killer, ensure the body was found. It's find the true killer! Well, although also kind of sort of to ensure the body was found, but to find the true killer by ensuring the body was found by the true killer. But let's just, we're gonna say, to find the true killer. Could she have been trying to discover the identity of the true culprit? Ms. Bound, your ultimate aim was to see Mr. Tangaroa cleared of all charges, correct? And to that end, you had to expose the real killer and have the police find the body from, and have the police find the body from 18 years ago. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? I should read some more in the chat because I am behind still. I know some of you apparently are trying to get me to race to the end of this because the prediction, the points, the Twitch points that are online. Oh crap, I forgot to rename the Streamlabs points as phobies. Like, oh crap, who was it? Was it Doc or Magpie or Vex? Somebody suggested it and it was a good idea. Let's see. Magpie says, solution. Get very good at saying that naughty word in the accent and feel the difference between the two. Then can't won't sound like the other thing to you, lol. The problem is, I don't say swear words. Not even when I'm like by myself, like in the shower. Quickgator says, never oak, never! Magpie says, clove isn't very versatile, but it can be used to numb mouth pain if needed. I did not know that. Oak said, you know what else can cure mouth pain? Kissing Judge Udgy passionately. Nora says, no. Quickgator said, Lana Sky, yes. Oak says to Nora, you haven't tried, so you can't say for sure. Nora said, he's like 80. Oak says, gilf. Might be a good gilf. You never know. Oak said, Nora said, I will not be kissing anyone, let alone a married 80-year-old man. Well, yeah, because Nora, you're like 15. So, of course, don't kiss an 80-year-old man. That's gross. Oak said he's married to me. Nora said, is your partner Judge Udgy? Because if not, that's going to get complicated. Oak says he understands I'm married to Germa, and I don't mind. I understands he's married to German, I don't mind. Nora said, this does... Oak, you know, you keep sending texts to your partner where you'll have a picture of me and say, like, do you love him? What do you think of him? Have you told your partner that some people apparently seem to think that I'm the Kirkland brand Germa? I'm like an off-brand, cheap knockoff Germa. I'm a knockoff of your partner's husband. Nora said, this does not change the fact that I'm not kissing anyone at all, especially not an 80-year-old man. Hidden Hand said by placing it on the moon. Oak says, lurk, slight lurk, playing some Celeste. Hidden Hand says, no. Quickgator said, and here, as you can see, is the Logan exhibit. He has learned that no, he can't present this picture of the statue, but rather this picture of the statue. That was unfair. Quickgator said, speaking of captions, good news, the John Wick DVDs have subtitles. I forgot to check for it while buying, but thankfully it does have it, so I'm safe. Thankfully, the majority of the John Wick movies, like the important stuff, doesn't need it. I mean, there is some dialogue and important stuff, but it's just a lot of action. Magpie says, oh yeah, I always put captions on just to make sure I can always tell what is going on. I do want to know why films lately have decided to become unwatchable with flashing lights like Incredibles 2 is actively an epilepsy danger. Where on the other hand, I feel like anime, because of the whole Pokemon incident with epilepsy, has like gone almost too far in the other direction of overly cautious. Like, if you watch anything that is the broadcast version of an anime, if there's anything that has a bright light, even if it's not flashing, but just starts to get bright, like everything else dims down. And I didn't know why that was. I thought there was something wrong with my TV when I started watching like anime streaming on my, like when I very first got a TV that could do that. And apparently it's like, no, that's just what they do now. Quickgator says, I gotta remember to take a picture of the cool DVD case I got tomorrow, because it's the 4th film collection that came with cool art cards. One of them is Japanese style for some reason. Magpie says, I do blame Heath Ledger's Joker for why every Joker is now wrong. To be honest, yes, me too. Well, not only, okay, I do very much enjoy the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. I do blame them for a lot of bad habits that other movies have. That's one of them, that every character, if it's a prominent character especially, has to be, oh, what's the new, fresh take gonna be, instead of just do the character. But like you saw in that State Farm commercial recently with Jason Bateman, and they had like all the Batman characters in it. You saw that, right, Magpie? And everybody online was freaking out, and it was trending just because, oh my gosh, these characters look like the characters in the comics. Joker looks like the Joker, and people were freaking out because they loved it so much. But so you get that from Heath Ledger, and the other thing is that Batman Begins, of course, began with Ra's al Ghul as the main bad guy, and ended with a teaser of the Joker where you see the Joker playing card as a piece of evidence in the plastic bag, right? And I think after that, everybody's like, oh, that was successful, so that's how you do it. You wait till the second movie before you do the character everybody wants to see, and then you end up with stuff like the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie, where they spend the entire time where the bad guy is freaking Hector Hammond, and then they wait for the second movie for Sinestro. But because they did a Hector Hammond movie that nobody wanted, the Sinestro movie never got made. So anyway, that's me with my nerdy little rant about bad habits and superhero movies. Read one more comment, then we'll get back in the game. Oak says, I still use captions all the time, but I have an audio nerd solution to movies being too quiet so often. I have 2 free programs, Equalizer Apo and VB Audio Cable. You can set your streaming service to run through the cable and then go into Equalizer Apo, where you can add a compressor to even out the volume and then run back out and listen through your headphone speakers. But does that still work even if the, because I assume streaming, the vocal track, or the vocals aren't on like a separate track from the music and sound effects, right? Does that still work? But then again, I'm not an audiophile, so I don't know about this stuff here. Let's play some more of the game. We are, by the way, past the 2.5 hour mark, so if anybody wants to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions, now's a really good time for that. Is my understanding of your intentions correct? Lady, he asked you a question. Exhibiting the sculptures was sure to force the killer to return to the crime scene. After all, they were the only person apart from you who knew that the body was hidden in the icework. So they would have freaked out thinking the body was about to be discovered and come running. Perhaps try to force open the case with a blowtorch.
Hey, wait a second.
Exactly, but Ms. Bound ran the risk of the killer might successfully cover their tracks this time. I do think it's a little bit bullcrap that we're figuring all this stuff and Judge Gavelle is just watching. She seems like an intelligent lady. Why is she not chiming in every now? Like at this point, she should realize, oh, these guys are really good at this. Eustace is in the other room, so he's not gonna hear. Why not have her join in and go like, oh, you guys are right. And oh, and this happened. In the worst case scenario, they might even have been able to remove Mr. Frost's body from the scene. So how could she lure the true killer into revealing themselves without putting vital evidence at risk?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're saying that's why the Autumn Wing was all winter wingy. Oh.
I am. You were betting on one thing, Ms. Bound, weren't you? That whoever opened the Pisces case you had so carefully disguised as the Gemini case would be the real perpetrator of the IS-70 incident. Well, there you go. It's Gusto. We've got it. We've got it figured out. Unless after this conversation, somebody runs in the room and says, oh my gosh, Gusto is got a gun and shooting people. It's like, he's in there. You have to like invent a new complication at this point. It's all figured out. And especially with that statute of limitations for dummy book that says that if you go to another country, the statute of limitations is suspended while you're gone, and he went to Zhangfa. So as long as he was there for over, for more than just a couple of years, what was it? Because 15 has been 18 years ago, so over 3 years, then it's fine. No. Why no, Gavelle? Just be glad that the case is getting figured out. Unless she had like a thing for Gusto. But that would mean the real killer was!
Overruled.
Oh, Gavelle, what? No, Gavelle, why? Why do you have a problem with this? Enough. Not another word. Unless Gusto is being protected by Zhangfa? Because, like, the first case was heavily tied into Zhangfa. The first 2 cases both were. The first one was the fake assassination attempt on the, I can't remember if he was the king or president, whatever, the lion guy of Zhangfa. And the second case was the one guy who knew about it, who knew that it was a fake assassination, being killed, being silenced. So maybe he is under the protection of the prosecutorial whatever committee that she is a part of, and has to be safe because of the Zhangfa's orders. Do you realize the implications of what you are saying, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you prepared to stand behind the accusation you are clearly about to make? Why is it so bad to accuse Gusto? Ms. Bound set a trap for Mr. Frost's killer, meaning that whoever found themselves caught in that trap is highly likely to be the guilty party. But I lack the evidence to support such an assertion. In that case, safe, just in case it asks me to present some sort of evidence. I mean, I feel like we at least have enough to say he's probably the killer. We should investigate with that in mind, right? To accuse someone without any evidence is not to be done lightly, so should I really go ahead and make my accusation and name Mr. Frost's killer nonetheless? Yes! Yes! I don't care if you lose your job, Edgeworth. I'm not you. My ultimate goal is to see the truth exposed. And to do that, I need to seize the moment to carpe diem. Yes, Judge Gavel, I am prepared to stand behind my accusation. I know exactly who is to blame for the IS-7 incident. It is Dick Gumshoe. Wait, no. Sorry. Carmelo Gusto. Ha! Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident. I was right. Let me read some more in the chat. Hidden Hand says, Oak says, wait, Katie, what do you think? Quick Katie said, I know what you plan to ask, Katie. You have the guide. Aren't you cheating? Yes, but I don't know if he'll actually reach it in time. So that's the fun betting part. Hitman says, I think he will. Just saying. Oak says, I'm saying no because Logan is slow and there's only like an hour left in stream. Quick Katie said, yeah, exactly. I somewhat have faith in him, but hey, at least if I lose, I'm basically donating 2,000 points. Hidden Hand says, I only did 50. Oak said, I'm rich enough that I can safely bet 5k points and be wrong. Hidden Hand said, to be honest, when the soundtrack plays, I feel like a to be continued. Well, because it'll actually be on the screen. It'll be to be continued. You want to save your poggers, that whole thing. Quickita said, yes, we all have a Miku in our heart. I didn't even know this. I honestly didn't know that that's her official. Is that her lore? Or is that just in Project Sakai and then she is that made specifically for Project Sakai universe and that Miku normally doesn't have that lore? Magpie says, Miku Hatsune is in all of us? Is that what I'm hearing? Nora said, I knew it. I knew I was part Hatsune Miku. Hidden Hand said, this music make me be like, Nora said, I gotta go to bed. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. Love y'all. Good night, Nora. Thank you so much for being here. Sleep well. I hope you had a lot of fun on your stream earlier. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much for the raid. We'll see you next time. Good night, Nora. Quickita said, don't worry, Logan. For once, it said Nepo in the captions. Good. Quickita said, spoiler clips incoming soon. And for the sake of someone who left our chat, the first clip in the incoming spam is from Vero. So look forward to that. Quickita said, you're doing so well, Logan. I'm proud. Yay. And Quickita says, here, have buckets. What you got to do is at some point you got to take a lot of those buckets and put them in a bucket. Then you can have a bucket. Hidden Hand says, in parentheses, I really don't want him to yap so much because of the prediction. Quickity says, you're welcome. Hidden Hand with some emotes. Oak said, mashed potatoes without gravy is still great, but I think roast potatoes are better unless they have gravy. Mashed potatoes are my second favorite, even without gravy. Here's the thing. Roast potatoes can be good, but I've also had very, very bad roast potatoes before. I feel like it's easier to mess them up than it is to mess up mashed potatoes as well. Let's see. Hidden Hand says, y'all, light mode is available, letting y'all know. Oh, crap, the redeem. Hidden Hand, don't tell people. Said, I love that Logan's giving us advice on committing murder. It's Mania! Says, hello, Logan! This day is about to become historical for me because I'm playing Metal Gear Solid for the first time. Awesome. I have never played any of the Metal Gear games. Thank you, Queen Katie. Thank you, Queen Katie, for that redeem. Yeah, Mania, it's good to see you. I don't know how long ago that was. I hope you're still here. I've never played any of the Metal Gear games. I would like to play Revengeance, in part because I found out there's a really cool looking Transformers mod for it. But I hear they're good. So be excited. Everybody else was talking about like Homestuck holidays and holidays about rats playing keyboards, so it's a special day for you as well. And one more comment, Queen Katie says, add quote, chat, if you ever committed murder or try to enact revenge on someone who committed murder, make sure you own a light blue tablecloth. And then Vero adds the quotes. Vero said, still away. Oh, thank you, Vero, from away. I appreciate that you're still here in spirit. Okay, sip of water, back in the game. Oh, wait, Queen Katie has a couple of comments over on YouTube as well. Said just posted the final spoiler clip for tonight. This one is Spoiler Chat's favorite. I haven't even reached them yet in the chat. I must be so far behind. It's been a while since I've even seen a timestamp in the Twitch chat. Mr. Gusto, the victim of the poison gas attack, is the perpetrator behind the IS-7 incident. Gusty! No! Pick it up with my foot. There we go. Wait, oh, did she have a bandage on her knee? That's adorable. Mr. Gusto. Ms. Bound. As we have established, you knew that the opening of the gallery would lure in the real culprit. And you set up the poison gas trap in order to catch them. Do you dispute the facts thus far? You're a very impressive man, Mr. Edgeworth, just like your father. And of course, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Then perhaps you could tell us exactly what happened in your own words. Of course, I have nothing to hide anymore, so I might as well tell you everything. As you said, I set a trap here in the gallery to try and catch Mr. Frost's killer. Before we opened, I made sure that the door to the Autumn Wing was the only one that was unlocked. When opening time came, I went around to unlock the doors of the various rooms and found that the Autumn Wing had been locked from the inside. Okay, so that's when Gusto was in there. He realized what's going on, grabs blowtorch and is forcing it open. Also, we have been blessed that we have not had to do a mind chest this stream so far. So I do feel like there's got to be some other complication. I don't know what Gusto's going to do. Maybe he's become a Zangfa diplomat and has immunity. I don't know. But we're going to have to play mind chess against him, even though, like, everything's already fallen into place. Quote, the killer is on the other side of the door. They thought, well, oh, it frightened me. And then she simply walked away, leaving him to fall victim to a poison gas trap. I was trying to remember the tune for that when it walked away. I was going to do the duck and the lemonade stand. Oh, then she waddled away, waddle. Then she walked away, waka. Then she walked away. I need to, okay, my brain is like just getting really flighty right now. I apologize. That's not entertaining what I'm doing. I'm just being, back in the game. When I heard that Mr. Gusto was being treated for gas inhalation, that's when I knew he was the murderer. All that was left was for the police to find Mr. Frost's body, and then Samson would finally be proven innocent. At least, that was my plan. Is that why she was saying earlier that he could be home at any time?
Judes, why didn't you tell me? You know, I'm always here for you, right? I even told you, if you ever want to do a revenge murder, I'm up for that. As long as we can, like, hold hands. You know, maybe get a smooch at the end of it. I'll do anything for a good night smooch. We could have found another way. It didn't have to be like this.
Thank you, Mr. Fender. You've been so very kind to me all these years. But I am the one who created this mess, so it was up to me to try and clean it up. I didn't care what it took, as long as I could get Samson out of that awful place.
I mean, it's not that awful. He's got a pet animal of some kind. Everyone there does. It's a whole thing. Just don't question it. Jude.
Is that a Cary Grant reference? Didn't Cary Grant do that at one point? Jude. I gotta look that up. That's a Cary Grant thing, right? I'm Googling this. Cary Grant, Jude. Oh, it is! Okay. Well, it was from something. It's not saying what it's from. But yeah, Cary Grant, Jude. I gotta say it like this. He always had his upper lip. Jude. I recognize something. Because that can't be a coincidence. 18 years ago, the police managed to cover up the fact that Mr. Frost's body had gone missing. If I went to them now and said it had reappeared, I was afraid they might have tried to cover things up again. So I worked to set off a very public incident here in the gallery in front of as many witnesses as possible.
I'm so sorry, Judy. You, Samson, Gregory, I let you all down. Because I kept eating paper. If only I'd kept the notes instead of eating them.
Wait, hang on, Fender, you eat paper? Fender, this can't be easy for him. No, I am the one who should be apologizing. If I had given you better sweets, maybe you wouldn't have resorted to eating paper. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, I hope one day you can forgive me. And whatever punishment I have to face, I'm ready to accept it. But please, if I may ask one thing of you, it's that you simply must clear Samson's name. The way the truth of these past 18 years had come to light was unexpected, to say the least. And yet, it had only set us down a path towards an even more shocking end. How? What is left to be shocking? Oh, look at that! 2 hours, 49 minutes! 18 seconds to be continued. Save my poggers, save my poggers. I think we have a prediction that is done. Oh, and I see Hidden Hand popped over to YouTube saying, hey, guess what? Chicken butt! Hidden Hand! Chicken buttock! So I should finish up that prediction now and award the points. And you gotta admit, I don't think I was rushing toward that outcome. So yes, I reached the to be continued before the 3-hour mark. Complete the prediction. So let's see who gets awarded points. But crap, we're only 10 minutes away from the 3-hour mark and I'm so far behind in the chat. 14.1K go to Honest Magpie and 3 others. Wow, that was a lot of points dumped in. 5.3 voted ya. 8.7 voted nah. So I should try and catch up a little bit in the chat here. But congratulations to those who won points. Let's see, Quicket said, Logan, that's why I said that Teen Girl was popping off earlier. She did that as a teen. Vera says, saw that in spoiler chat and giggled. Quicket said, salute, understandable. I was expecting you to do it soon. Wasn't expecting you to do it so soon. Vera said, reminder, Gummy's diet is just ramen. No wonder he's overweight. That's just like, it's noodles. It's carbs and MSG. Vera said to Queen Katie, I happen to have my phone on me, laughing. Amazing quote. Magpie says, I'm not a lawyer, but wouldn't that be desecrating human remains or something? I honestly don't know the legality of that. Like, can you get permission? Like, if you're already in possession of the remains, because, like, if you own it for that long, the dead body's probably yours. Quigata said, okay, the spoiler clips are about to come in after the upcoming options Logan's going to pick through. Mania said maybe it's a crime for refusing to report human remains. Okay, that maybe? Quigata said, now the real question is, will Logan remember something from, like, a bunch of streams ago? He didn't, but whatever. Objection! Objection! There's the spoiler clips. I just reached the spoiler clips. Why are you objecting? Hidden Hand, why are you objecting? Okay. For those who are lurking or don't know, every now and then if I either guess something or accidentally foreshadow something, some of our community members, especially Queen Katie, will create spoiler clips, which after the spoiler is over in the game, we can watch the clips together. So that's what we're gonna be doing here. So it looks like we have, how many of these do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 spoiler clips. So we're gonna check these out real quick. This will give me an opportunity to hydrate. Crap, this first one's from a month ago? And it's titled, Did He Really Call It? From a month ago. Okay, so let's see what this first one is. First one of 4. Welcome, welcome everyone. Come on in, we'll have some fun. I've got another body on the cart. Ooh, oh, it's her apron now. And that was the tablecloth as her apron. Holy crap! She did that on camera! I had forgotten about that. Holy crap! Okay, so thank you, Queen Katie. So clip number 2 now is titled A Very Special Deduction. So let's check out this. Curtsy, I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? Okay, since we saw her in the opening animation, I'm gonna say she's the murderer. I was wrong about that. Based on nothing else. Okay, so I was wrong about that. I was very wrong about that. But, I mean, she has a cart. And I feel like I caught onto the cart as a transport for a body pretty early. This next clip, we've got 2 more to go, is titled Judy's Duty. Hee duty with the cart. So let's check this out. 21 days ago. Crap. Does she have another dead body in the cart? I'm still convinced that she was transporting a dead body in the cart before. Honored guests, I can only apologize for the trouble you have experienced. I was right. I was right! And finally, one more. This one, the title is too long for me to see in the chat, so I gotta actually load it up before we can see that. This is titled, it's gotta load. Why isn't it loading? Okay, from what I can see in the chat is Logan hitting a home run with just, and then it cuts off. So maybe if we play it, we'll be able to see what the rest of the line is. Then we will get back to the game after this. Also maybe you play on Okashi, which means sweet or candy. The name by itself means blanket or tablecloth. And what? There was a sheet wrapped over Artie Frost's body like a blanket, and her little cart has a tablecloth. So okay, so it was a resident mansion because she was found at the mansion. I forgot I said that. It's like naming the baby after where you found the baby. So it's like if the baby was on the steps to the firehouse, the last name is Firehouse, which would be kind of a boss last name.
Yeah.
To be totally honest. Let's see, Brian said.
Think about like if your name was Jonathan Firehouse,
But it felt like H-A-U-S at the end, so you sound like German or something like that. Okay, I don't remember any of those things. No, I think I remember at one point, like when she wheeled in, it's like, oh, she's got a body in there. But wow, okay. I was on the ball with some of that then. So thank you very much, Queen Katie, for those spoiler clips. Wow, wow. Hidden Hand says, I think it's your earbuds, pin if one. Yeah, it's better now, it's gotta be the earbuds. I do think it's that, like, I buy really cheap earbuds, and so they don't usually last very long. I'm kind of amazed these ones have lasted as long as they have. I probably need to buy some new ones soon. Quiggity said, so this truly was Judy Bound, aka the Duty Bound girl. The girl who worked so hard just for her dad. She's duty bound, and she calls her Judy. Oh, is that it? That's like, oh, that's another layer to her voice, pretty much. Garlic said, your Delicia voice is hilarious. Always makes me crack up. Thank you, Garlic. I'm glad you like it. It is, that one is my attempt to do, and it's not a good attempt. It's attempt to do the Monty Python Pepper Pot voice. That's whenever they would like play a woman and be like, oh yes, don't you know that's what's going on over there? I used it for Basil's grandma, or was it his babysitter or caretaker or something like that in Omori, so people didn't seem to like that. Well, I don't know, maybe people liked it. But here's the thing, I feel better about my impressions not being very good because I saw a clip a little while ago of Jim Cummings, who's the voice of like Winnie the Pooh and Darkwing Duck and like a lot of Disney characters. And he was saying, if you can do a good impression of somebody, then okay, great, maybe you'll get to use that at some point. Maybe there'll be a part where they want somebody to sound like that guy. You might be able to use it. But if you can do a bad impression of somebody, then that's a whole unique voice, and you can use that for anything. So I hope that my bad impressions are versatile. Crystal with the timestamp 2:23:15. Crap, I'm so far behind. Quiggity says, oh, hey, Crystal, nice to see ya. Crystal said, just finished the Minecraft greenhouse. What do you mean we only have like a half hour left? Oh, we've got 3.5 minutes left. Crystal says, hello. Quiggity said, yeah, I got spoiler clips posted and everything, even a prediction bet that Oak is trying to cheat with. Quiggity said, girl really stole an entire gallery but didn't know it had a body. As someone who played the game, sorry, Logan, they never say anything about Judy's real family. Ain't gonna do anything here. Okay, well, thank they were letting me down easy about that. Quiggity says, add, quote, something that's been Veroing me. And then Crystal adds a quote. Magpie says, I saw that one with Poison Ivy and the one with Catwoman. Didn't remember the one with the Joker, though. Neat. Well, yeah, because I think on TV they show shorter versions. You can go on YouTube or whatever and see the long version. It's like a couple of minutes long. They have Poison Ivy, they have Catwoman, they have Two-Face, they have Riddler, they have Joker. Did they have Mr. Freeze? I can't remember if they had Mr. Freeze or not. But yeah, they just look like the characters from the comics. Magpie says, I do want just a classic Riddler though. Like, please, just give me a cocky and playful Riddler in a green suit question mark. I want wacky guy. Yes, Magpie! Magpie, what is your opinion of, have you ever read the story from, I think it was a Neil Gaiman story. So I know he's like controversial now because of this stuff. But, I think it was technically Elseworld, so I don't think it's like in continuity, but it was this one where it was the Riddler and he's like a little bit older at this point and he's being interviewed by a reporter and kind of bemoaning how dark and murderous all the Gotham rogues are. And is talking about things like, I miss the old days. It'd be like me and King Tut and Egghead down at the the wacky a-go-go place. And it was so much fun back then doing these crimes. And now you got like Joker is killing people. What is going on in this world? And it's just like, I love, yes, I want wacky guy. I want cocky and playful Riddler. I want a Riddler who, yes, he's doing crimes, and yes, he wants to accomplish the crimes, but what he really wants is to beat Batman at this really fun game that he's got going on. And I don't know, I love Riddler. He's my favorite. Oak said, it would compress the SFX and music too, but those are usually too loud, so it's nice being able to compress them. Quiggity said, oh, it's Monday. Time to see what game our favorite webcomic artist is doing today. It's AI The Somnium Files. Is it something I can see or would be spoilers? Many said AI The Somnium Files, which again, okay, I asked this on Discord. At the Nintendo Direct, they kept pronouncing it The Somnium Files. Is that how you do it? Said, I had my eyes on that series for a long time. Although I think Queen Katie said, I meant to reply to it, but I haven't gotten around to yet, that the new spin-off game looks like it does make references to things that would be spoilery for the second game. So apparently I got to play the second game before I can play the spin-off one, but I'd have to like be able to afford to Switch 2 for that anyway. Quickity said, yeah, such a good game. Hi, Rec. Also, final spoiler clip for tonight. Incoming soon. Wait, again? And then Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. Let me copy these down into my text file over here because we're probably just about to the 3-hour mark. Crap, yeah, we're like 40-something seconds away from the 3-hour mark. So I'll need to make use of these pretty soon. So thank you very much, Crystal. Mania says, Queen Katie, the latest one seems very interesting. Cat Girl gets stuck in 999, and now Detective Boy and his AI gotta go find her. I would recommend, and this is just based on my limited experience, probably to at least play the first one definitely before that spin-off game, because that guy and his AI and that cat girl, they are all characters I know at least in the first game, because I played through one playthrough of that. But also, apparently it's the type of game that you need to play more than one run of. I've only done one playthrough, but it's the type of game where you have to do like multiple playthroughs in order to find out the whole story, which I think 999 was like that as well. I only did one playthrough. I need to go back and do that again someday too. Queen Katie said, This one is Spoiler Chat's personal favorite, ... for reasons. Queen Katie said, thing is, the new game is coming out will most likely spoil both previous games. Hang on. Queen Katie has another spoiler clip. Okay, so if you're still lurking from the previous one, you guys understand this. But this spoiler clip is a YouTube clip, so I gotta copy this over. Give me just a second here. And do it this way. Give me just a few moments here to load this up slightly differently. And, oh crap, this is a long one. I honestly don't know if we're gonna have time to do this tonight. We might have to do this like at the beginning of the stream next time, because this is a 7-minute long video. We might have to do this next stream. Let me just catch up a little bit more, and then we'll see how we're feeling. Because I would like to see it tonight. I don't want to wait, but that is a long video, so I'm not entirely sure. We might have to do it, but like play it on 2x speed or something like that. Mania said to Queen Katie, I will play the series in release order at the right time, not this year. Queen Katie said, salute, awesome. I love the series so much. Just Project Sakai, lore, Logan. Mania said to Queen Katie, the game piqued my interest in the direct as well as Rido remastered. Oh, Beowulf, are you still here? I think I saw that you were streaming Rido earlier. I didn't catch it until it was already over, but how'd it go? Let's see, there was the light mode redeem. Hidden Hand says, ha ha ha. Queen Katie said, I know I lost 10k points, but worth. Mania says, Metal Gear Solid jump scare. Queen Katie with the timestamp 2:43:48. I'm still so far behind. Mania says, Metal Gear Solid 3 is considered one of the best games of all time. I may be playing a historical treasure. Have you played other games from the series? Like, do you need to play the previous ones to do that one? Says, I like how most streamers start off with Metal Gear Rising, and then when they play the main series, their expectations went away in place with new ones. Yeah, because isn't like the main one more of like a stealth game? Because you always see the things of Solid Snake hiding under a cardboard box, right? Queen said, welcome Logan to the final page for the case 3 on the guide. It's the end finally, soon, eventually. Hidden Hand says, yes. Crystal says, and people won. Garlic said, yes, we did it. We made it. Is this going to be a long page? Like, do you think next stream we might be able to finish this case? Magpie says, oh, yes. Oak says, no. It was closer than I thought. Queen said, see, Oak, I had a guide. I had faith in Logan. Magpie says, nearly 8k for me. Neat. Hidden Hand says, pin this is not chicken, but it's ... And Queen Gator said, yeah, I got 6k points. And there was Hidden Hand with the objection. And Queen Gator said, the thing I was wondering if Logan would remember when Greg and Eddie first met Judy, she took the tablecloth off the cart and wrapped her around herself. I did not remember that at all. Crystal says, Cotton 44k. Hidden Hand said, that was my guess what? Pin please, hubba-da-ba-ba.
Nope. MGS3, Snake Eater is the first in the timeline.
Oh.
Though there are some small things which you'd appreciate if you play the others.
Oh, kind of like when we were playing Yakuza 0. Some of you were like, hey, that's the character from this other thing, which you don't know, but it is reference because he's going to go on to do this. That makes sense. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. So for some reason, I thought 3 was, wasn't it the one, the Phantom Pain, or is that 4, apparently? Let's see if I can get caught up to chat fast enough that we can check out that spoiler clip, because I really would like to watch that tonight, if possible. Let's see. Crystal says, 4K can't pin me on my potato phone. Hidden Hand says, I thought you were on PC. Magpie says, for what it's worth, your Delicia is significantly easier to listen to than actual Monty Python pretending to be a woman voice, to be honest. Thank you, Magpie. Crystal says, I don't own a PC. Queen Gator said, to be honest, I'm happy. We're going to end off the stream with his last spoiler clip, the spoiler chat's favorite, and one that took forever to put together. It's got to, like, I don't know if you guys realize, some of you, how long it takes to make a 7-minute long video. Magpie says, I think I own that one. In fact, I'm with Riddler on that one. Like, Riddler is just a goofy guy who doesn't want to show off how smart, who wants to show off how smart he is. He doesn't need to do a serial killing about it. That's right. As much as I enjoyed the movie The Batman as a movie, there were some choices about the Riddler in it, like making him a Zodiac killer type of a thing that I wasn't crazy about. I think it was a great performance as Riddler. One of the first times I ever saw a Batman movie where you really felt like, oh yeah, this guy is actually crazy and needs to be institutionalized as opposed to just evil. But that movie also shows another thing with this whole reinventing stuff, because you guys have seen the deleted clip with Joker in it, right? how that he's got like this weird face. I don't know what you can't just he's a clown. He's a clown that does crime. He's a clown prince of crime. That's it. That's all you need to know. Bubba says, I believe I is love. It is, but I feel like it's a pun for AI as well and eyeball as well. So I'm just wondering how you're supposed to pronounce it. Queen Katie said, Logan, the new game is also coming to Switch, I think. Oh, regular Switch? Magpie says, Logan, I think you could be a good, fun, wacky Riddler. We need someone who would actually actively have fun being the Riddler, doing fun things. I would love to be the Riddler. I've only cosplayed a few times, but one of the times I cosplayed was as like a really kind of cheap Riddler cosplay. I basically bought a really cheap green jacket, one of the really cheap ones from China on Amazon, and then did like a felt iron-on purple question mark onto the back of it, and then got like a plastic Riddler cane and some cheap, not really glasses, like non-prescription. There were purple lenses, or no, purple frames, not lenses. So I figured that works as a mask. And so it wasn't really a whole lot of thing, but I'm like, it's a Riddler. I would love to be the Riddler. I mentioned before, he's my favorite Batman villain. Quick said, and Steam 2. Oh, I'm considering getting on Steam myself, even if it'll kill my PC. Quick said, I'm okay with it being the intro, Logan, lol, very fair, whatever you want. Let's see if we can get it in tonight. Are you guys okay sticking around just a little bit overtime for that? Crystal said, I still pronounce it AI. That's what I'd like to do. But I was like making some audio clips recently in case I wanted to do some more clip compilations for YouTube. And what I usually do is at the beginning say, the following video contains spoilers for, and then the name of the game. And so with that one, I was like, crap, I don't know how to pronounce this. So I think what I ended up doing, I recorded once saying AI the Somnium Files, once saying I the Somnium Files, and the one that I'll probably use, I recorded saying, the following video contains spoilers for the game AI the Somnium Files. Or is it pronounced I the Somnium Files? Whichever way, there are gonna be spoilers in this video. Quick said, to answer Logan's question, remember there's a mine chest, oh crap, upcoming that I want to burn the world with that answer question. I'm like, yes it does. Hidden Hand says, Crystal, can you turn off slow mode? Not until I catch up. Probably not until we finish watching that video either, because that'll be 7 minutes straight that I'm not gonna be able to talk with chat. But at that point, we will be, so the end is in sight. Hidden Hand, Quick said, but Logan needs to catch up though. Beowulf says, and yeah, I was playing Rido, combat is a thing, that's for sure. The old, yes, it's still the old game. I might continue it, we'll see. If I do, then I'll be streaming it 1 chapter at a time across 12 chapters. The new game looks cool, too. I don't know, maybe I should try it. Hidden Hand says he's close. Magpie says, I'm in agreement. The Batman is a great movie. I love Pattinson. I think it was a good interpretation of a mad killer, but a terrible interpretation of the Riddler. See, that's how I feel about, like, again, Tom Hardy Bane, Heath Ledger Joker. Great performances, great characters, not really great as who they were. Oak said, absolutely, I want to see it. Crystal said, let's go overtime. Hidden Hand says, overtime. Magpie says, tempted to start writing some kind of Gotham radio drama or something for podcasting. We could make this happen. Get Logan credit to be Riddler somewhere. I would love to be Riddler in like that type of drama. Remember though, I can't say bad words. Hidden Hand with some emotes in there. 3 hours, 7 minutes, 31 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, let's check out the spoiler clip. Oh, no, Crystal, don't disable slow mode yet. Just reduce it maybe to like 5 seconds or something. I'll put on 5 seconds because until we've watched the spoiler clip, because this is gonna be 7 minutes straight where I'm not gonna be able to talk. In 7 minutes, you could give me like a half hour's worth of stuff to read. So let's check out this video. I'm sorry, Crystal. I thank you for being Johnny on the ball with that. You're awesome, Crystal. Seriously, you are awesome. I am so happy knowing that, like, while Vero is indisposed taking care of Grandma Vero, that you're here because you are amazing and you're the MVP also for the raid suggestions and everything. But let's keep it on just a little bit for net round. So the spoiler clip that Queen Katie posted. Once again, if any new lurkers joined, this apparently is going to show some accidental foreshadowing I did, or maybe guessing things potentially right or wrong. Is titled, Threw a Dart Without Looking, Hit a Fly on the Dartboard, AAI to Case 3 spoiler clip. Let's check this out. While Logan rants about whatever, March 30th, and Queen Katie enjoying some TikTok.
Eureka!
Wait, 22?
Chat, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this chat to make into this incredible spoiler clip cassette. I just know Kitty is freaking out right now. What to clip and what not.
I wish I could see these conversations.
Adding to the fury. Wait, is he close? You don't even know. Gosh, I let chat paused. No clue. He was. I mean, he's gonna add stuff, but I was like saying here, like.
I heard what happened. Is there some problem? Are you guys not able to hear the thing over the music of the game or something like that? Oh, okay, yeah, I can't hear it. Okay, here's what we need to do, though. Because we actually can't do that. This game, so what I have to do is I'm gonna have to go into the audio settings. And we gotta remember how many bars we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can turn it back up to that. So let's just bring it down to silenced here. And then I'll bring it, I just gotta remember to bring it back up afterwards. So I'll rewind it so you can hear Queen Katie reading the spoiler stuff. So thank you for letting me know about that. I wasn't even thinking about that because, yeah, the audio is all weird. So let's check out this stuff here. Boom. I think I will, however, just to make it a little bit easier for those who are staying overtime, I'm going to make it slightly faster than normal speed, if that's okay with you guys. There we are.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this chat to make it into this inevitable spoiler clip cassette. I just know Kitty is freaking out right now. What to clip and what not to clip. He keeps adding to the
Fender eating the paper.
Wait, is he close? You don't even know. Gosh, I just paused. No clue. He was, and then he started adding stuff, but I was like sitting here like, uh-oh. Yeah, let's just stop eating and just froze. I don't know if Kitty heard it, to be honest. What are y'all talking about? I was zoning out, looking at TikTok. Guys, what did y'all get? Get me the timestamp. Kitty, you missed it. Around 2 hours. Like 2 hours, 5 minutes in.
This is so frantic. I love it.
I'm gonna have some ice cream for a bit.
Oh, and I love that,
Okay,
that hot rod
I like to look at
icon.
I'm hunting this down. Mama. Guys, I don't know if I can clip this entire thing. I'm telling you, he went off. Oh gosh! Logan! I froze. Logan! Me and Mapai ran here.
Okay, I got to pause for a second and ask you guys, is this one, because there was a time a couple of streams ago when like chat got really, really sleepy for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then somebody came back in and it's like, spoiler chat is freaking out. Is that what day this was?
Just zone us out. Okay, Logan is not giving me a good stopping point for the clip. Oh, heck, man! This may just be an entire clip edit, right? Yeah, like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to timestamp this and just record this entire thing. He went longer than a minute for clips. 2:19. This is when Sid did a TTS that started the rant. Look, turns out I got the last ice cream. So, I got chips instead. Okay, I lied again. Yay, I caught something. This man yapped for 3 minutes.
Oh, so now we see 3 minutes of me.
Tasted anything like it. It was a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song.
Is your main suspect still Judy? Because I have a guess on who it is. No proof, just vibes. Still completely blind, so no idea if I'm right.
Okay, well, here's where I'm at right now. Here's the thing, when I watch my own footage, I'm actually used to hearing myself talk fast, so I'm actually going to crank up the speed just a little bit more, if that's okay. Because I actually can't stand to hear myself talk slowly. So
Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I feel like all the evidence still points to Judy. However, we're only maybe halfway through this case. And so, Miles Edgeworth in the present is convinced it's her. And the last 2 cases, every person he thought was the killer halfway through, that'd be Tabby Lloyd and Body Harmer Canis, ended up not being the killer. And the game made it seem like, oh, it's definitely this person, and then it wasn't. And so the game is probably gonna do a swerve. It would make perfect sense if it is her. However, in the present day, also when we saw the body face down, that had the long hair and looked just like Artie Frost, it's obviously not Artie Frost, because his body decomposed after 18 years. And the only other 2 people in the whole building, as far as we were aware,
I was wrong.
are Gusto and Bound. And so if the body is Gusto, he'd be wearing a wig, I guess. Or it could be Bound and her hair is just longer and brushed out and put it. So she might be dead in the future.
No.
So in that case, the most likely killer would be Gusto, which would work with the fact that he did travel to Zhangfa to study. And I think all of these things have got to tie into what's going on with Zhangfa, the fake assassination attempt, all of those things. So like it would tie into Zhangfa if it's Gusto. But it would also then raise the question of why Gusto exposed himself to the poison gas that was in that room. Unless, how about this? That wasn't, okay, Gusto killed Artie Frost in the past, and Judy Bound thinks that he was the one who did it and he got away with it.
I'm getting close.
She arranges the whole exhibit with the Zodiac statues to lure Gusto back there, figuring that for some reason he tried to sabotage it, tried to destroy the statues. Knowing that he'd like try and open up the case, she put the frozen half of the poison there. When he heats it up, it drips down. So she set a trap to try and kill him as revenge for killing Artie Frost and for getting her dad arrested and presumably executed. But it failed, and he was able to get out of there before the poison gas killed him completely. And then while we were all investigating, it was just the 2 of them. She was in the medical place tending to him. Delicia Stone gave him an antidote,
So she goes to try and finish him off because he's helpless. He wakes up, sees her, kills her. No, okay, what's wrong about that? What's wrong about that? Dresses her up like Artie Frost and dumps her in the fountain. There's a lot of stuff I don't quite get, but that's a theory.
A game theory.
So maybe, possibly, that's where my brain's at right now. Like I was, up until today, I think, pretty sure it was Judy Bound. But it seems like it's gonna be a swerve, and I think when we go back in the present, we're gonna find out that hers was the body. So yeah, we're gonna go through this and we're gonna get there and it's like, oh, we think it's Judy, but she's the victim. It's gotta be somebody else, and it's gonna be Gusto.
I just didn't think the body could still be, like,
that's what I'm going with
preserved.
Right now. Who do you think? Who are you basing it on vibes? Tiff, if you don't mind me asking. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. Already got more comments in the chat.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I gotta ask you real quick, who's here when I realized that the body was like preserved in ice? I mean, so I got there eventually.
I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session.
Ah, yes. We'll have to do something about that whole torture, the cruel and unusual punishment you'll experience. I'll check on it later, probably. Bye.
Hi Logan, I hope you heard you said something like for a second it cost spoiler chat to go.
What was that?
15 minutes.
Wait, what?
Overthink everything you said previously, though. Just wanted you to know that you can be smart a lot of times.
Wait, what? I've not. What did I do? I said that Judy Bound farted and it propelled her out of the room.
I forgot about that.
So thank you, Vero.
So that's what it was. Thank you so much for the clip. I appreciate it. I hope you don't mind that I had to play that on like a little bit faster speed to make sure that we got through it all. Let's turn the volume back. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where it was before, yeah? So we're back with the music. That was, because it was a bit long, I think we did lose some lurkers for our raid. I think in the future we may have to put a possible limit on the length of spoiler clips that we can play on stream as opposed to just in the Discord afterward. But that was kind of amazing. And way to edit that, especially with all the like diddling and the like, you're really good at that editing, Queen Katie. I don't know if you realize that. You're really good at that. That was kind of awesome. So thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. And now I'm further behind again, so I gotta finish catching up. Let's see. Crystal says, oh, Bale said, yeah, Rido Remastered is basically a remake of the first Rido game with massively improved combat. Oh my gosh, it's so much better. Magpie says, I don't think Riddler would say many bad words anyway. I totally write this. We can make it happen. I will think about it. I'm just saying, because like some people just love, you know, popping in the swears. I saw like even online, somebody posted a funny little audio thing. It was just a gag thing of like Riddler and Catwoman, and they're just dropping F-bombs. And I feel like some shows like the Harley Quinn cartoon has really popularized that. I'm not a fan of DC Comics and even Marvel Comics characters being suddenly R-rated out of nowhere. I do feel like that, you know, Superman should be able to be watched by a kid, but maybe that's just me. Hidden Hand says, yes. Queen Gator said, chat, get ready for peak. Oak says, I'm so excited. Wait, Logan, can you click out of the game so we don't have the background music? Yeah, for some reason, only some games like Metaphor, if you click out of the window, music cuts out. This game doesn't do that for some reason. Queen Gator said, oh, Oak, shush down, lol. Okay, never mind. Oak says, sorry, just wanted to get the full experience and not be distracted by music. Crystal says, yippee. Queen Gator said, you good, Oak. Oak smiling. Queen Gator salutes. Magpie says, I forgot. I think I'm the one who suggested the name on this one. Queen Gator said, yep, it was Magpie that suggested the one with the dart hitting the fly. Hidden Hand says, Eureka! Crystal says, look at it, TikTok, the cutoff, laughing. Hidden Hand says, keyboard slam. Queen said, you'll see in the video, but yes, it was. Magpie says, probably laughing. Crystal says, wah, wah, wah. Laughing. Queen said, fun fact, the music I used for the spoiler chat is part of Judy's theme. Hidden Hand said, so I'm literally right next to the internet and it's being an idiot. I'm sorry, Hidden Hand. Garlic says, Logan, your powers of predictions are so scary. Well, like, even if you watch that, only about half of the stuff I was guessing was actually right. But again, when I post things on TikTok and on YouTube, I only post the correct predictions. So I trick people into thinking I'm smarter than I am. Quickett said, I had to literally screen record this. I'm so sorry. Everyone say thank you, Tiff, for the TTS that triggered Logan into this rant. Oh yeah, because it was just because of that. It was like, who do you think? So thank you, Tiff. Are you still here, Tiff? Let's see. Oak says, thank you, Tiff. Quickett said, I am at peace now. Quickett said, nah, the speed was funny, lol. Oak says, and Logan, thank you for the very spoiler clip stream. Made me smile. We're not done yet. Oh, there's a couple of comments over on YouTube as well. Let's see. Crystal says, oh, we posted the link tree. Thank you for posting that, Crystal. Hidden Hand says, I'm over here now because Twitch thinks I'm a million miles away from the internet. I'm going to see the outro again. That's right. You guys don't usually see the outro on Twitch because after we raid, I'll switch over. It's just an outro. It looks like the intro screen without all the funny stuff.
I gotta read some more. I'm almost caught up to chat. Queen Gator said, of course, probably for the best anyway. I had to put myself on a limit on a certain amount for clips. The one that won spoiler chat was the one that won spoiler chat a pizza party, so don't worry about it. It was like a really amazing video, though. Crystal says, it'd be funnier if you had to put a correct buzzer about him saying I'm wrong about a lot of things. Quick Kitty said, dang it, Crystal, where were you when I was doing it? Crystal says, mining and crafting. Magpie says, just imagining now you as Riddler chatting with Catwoman and she almost swears you stop her with an up. This is an all-ages show. And she just like, Eddie, what? Crystal said, thank you for the very Judy-bound stream. See y'all next time for fun times with hopefully Heisme and Nuris. Okay, so I need to grab one of these raid suggestions that Crystal gave us earlier. And by the way, for anyone who's lurking, who's still lurking, I do think we lost about half our lurkers. Oh, and I can undo slow mode. Just recently here. So if there is anyone still lurking, let me give you the rundown on the channel. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternated between this, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutors Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio, a really cool JRPG for the makers of Persona. So that means tomorrow, no stream. We will be posting the new schedule for this upcoming week on Discord to give you a preview. Friday is probably going to be canceled because I have a commitment that day. However, Sunday is Easter, but because the evening, I think we're probably going to try and do an Easter stream. If we cancel it, I'll post that on Discord, so just keep an eye out for that. Let's go ahead and Crystal did just post a link tree over on YouTube, so if anyone is lurking on YouTube, there's that link tree. It has a Discord invite link, my TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all the fun stuff there. So let's go ahead and start up a raid now. This is someone who looks like is doing an art stream to make emotes, maybe? I'm not quite sure. We will see when we get there. And I'm sure somebody's probably... Oh, yeah, there we go. Crystal did the raid message, so I can copy that over to my clipboard as well. Thank you very much, Crystal. Copy that down there. And let's see. Tiff says, I'm here. Just lurking and playing 999 again. Well, Tiff, everybody was thanking you very much for setting off the chain reaction of that spoiler clip there. Crystal said, thank you for the very sweet stream. Oak said, good night, everyone. Quigita said, we finally got the spoiler clip edit, aka the one you TTS Logan and caused a rant. Let's see. Crystal says, the perfect quote. What was the quote there? If I had bonkers in my life, I'd be yippieing all over the place. Tiff says, Queen Katie, I've got the stream up on YouTube on my TV. Oh, so I might be big. I'm probably still small because I'm just in the corner though. Crystal said, does the raid command? Quigita said, nice lol. Good night, y'all. Bye-bye. Magpie said, good night, Logan. Crystal said, night-night. Bayo said, see you, Logan. Yes, see y'all. Have a good Monday. Keep an eye out for the schedule tomorrow. It will probably be going up slightly later than usual because I found out tomorrow work for me is going to be starting a bit later and ending a bit later. It's because they have some field trips in the morning at the planetarium, and so it just offsets things. But I'll still post it. Then we'll see you Tuesday for some Metaphor. Thursday, back here for the continuation of this. Love and appreciate you all. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for everything. You're a wonderful community. Enjoy the raid. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. 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 And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well. Oh, and Hidden Hand said, Logan, before you go, have a nice day. Okay, now bye. Thank you, Hidden Hand.